Hello, everyone. We should be live. Bear with me as I do my usual logging in. Making sure I'm all caught up with the chat. Shwatang, hello. David, you're going to revel in my proxied glory. If you're expecting to revel in my glory, you're going to be waiting a long time. Eddie, hello. Catherine, nice to see you again. Alejandro with the 14. Start the freaking games already. Oh, Catherine, you had Wendy's? Damn it. Color me peanut butter and jelly. Your money's on Val's. All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining. Let's hit the play button. We've got 2 sets today, assuming the technology works, assuming Quigglebert is here as well. Well, unfortunately, Quigglebert, Rage Forest is played on Explored, and so the explorables have already been explored. Unfortunately. But as I was about to say, we've got 2 sets of play all 3, so we're going to be watching 6 games in total. Hopefully the technology doesn't crap out on me and the internet doesn't die, and it is what it is. Where is Radu? Because we've got the first 3 games with Mihai. Anyway, let's take a look at the teams. Hopefully everyone's doing well tonight, and we get to see some super fun games. As Cito and Valis, already the captains, are engaging in a bit of a battle here. Yeah, Catherine, why does Wendy's always give such a big bag? I don't understand it. I order their my Wendy's nearby had a BOGO on spicy chicken sandwich, and I ordered 2 small little those chicken sandwiches. They're not the biggest in the world, they're not the smallest in the world, but they brought massive bags. Quigglebert, yeah, okay, all right. I'll keep saying it, don't worry. Vincenzo. Buonasera, Vincenzo. Yeah, it is better advertising. It's I don't know what the hell their bags are. Oh yeah, that's what it's a promotion called Biggie Bags. Okay, anyway, people who are tuning in must be wondering what the hell's going on. We're talking about Wendy's and not the teams. Let's see the players, the matchup, the maps, and then we'll jump back into Wendy's because drink 4-piece nuggets, fries, and a burger. Dear Lord, that's $5. Oh my goodness. Oh, you know who needs lots of food? The Poles, played by Cito. In his pocket, we've got Kamigawa. I think we've seen Kamigawa before as the Goths in yellow. Not a bad pocket to have at all. Dragon Star is the Mongols in purple. And last but not least, Mihai playing as the Aztecs in orange. Actually, I don't think we've seen these 2 teams yet. I might be mistaken. Maybe we've seen Valis. I'm not sure we've seen these players, some of them before, but I don't think we've seen them in Rage Forest. Nolo as the Byzantines, always a tough nut to crack. Teutonic tanks, not as the Teutons, but as the Magyars. Matt as the Slavs in teal, and on the far left of the map, Valis is the Malay. So we've got the Malay against the Poles, 2 very, very spammy civilizations fighting one another. On the other side of the map, we've got the Aztecs taking on the Byzantines. One has ridiculously powerful infantry, one has ridiculously cheap trash units. So let's see, the map on the right side is pretty damn simple. Looks like the Aztec Eagle has bitten the dust, but not for free. Does this villager have... Oh, just one more attack, and this villager will be dead. Whole Aztec is going to hit like a truck. I'm hoping everybody hits like a truck, to be fair. The Karambit spam. There's this set, and then there's another set right after this one with Sorakuma. And on the left side of the map, unfortunately for red and yellow and gray and teal, 1, 2, 3 avenues of attack, although I guess from Cito's perspective, this is just 1 avenue of attack, and then 1 in the center. And then actually, oh my goodness, look at the middle of the map. With the exception of this bald spot here in the bottom, this kind of looks like the Death Star, doesn't it? This is where that big cannon would be, the World Destroyer or whatever it's called. Kind of looks like the Death Star to me. Also kind of looks like a Ninja Turtle. A Ninja Turtle pirate with one eye and one eye patch. But in any event, whatever it is... You know, it does look like a Pokeball. Biased towards medieval European factions. Okay. I'm trying to think if I have a bias of any civs. I'm not too sure. Whoa, 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 whoa. A bit of lumberjacking just so they can build a palisade wall on top of it. Yeah, these players know exactly what to do with straggler trees. And because of that, orange does ultimately bite the dust. And so, Nolo has secured himself nearby. Mihai has secured himself... Sorry, no, everybody's secured himself far away. Nolo's actually pushing into Mihai. Mihai's actually pushing into Nolo. Unfortunately for Mihai, this is not really walled off, and so his opponent's going to be dictating the pace here to the north of his base. And man, oh man, is he close. Laming that secondary gold. Ugh, not great. And our Aztec here, oh my goodness. Somebody in my parking lot is racing their car. Oh, okay. I don't know if you guys heard that. There, the muffler. I want to go downstairs and see if Vin Diesel is in my parking lot. Our Goth, with pretty much the shittiest wall-offs in the entire game, even the Cuban Palisades get extra HP, is double walling this part of the map off. I'm not too sure why he didn't just... Why did Kamigawa not just follow the horizontal? Why did he have to go all diagonal with it? I wonder, really do wonder what the point of that is. And we're already getting a wall off here from Sito. So wall offs are nice. Shenanigans are nice too, but wall offs are not bad at all. Team Valis is stacked. Malay, Slavs, Magyar, Byzantine against Aztec, Pole, Mongol, Goths. Yeah. In reality, on the right side of the map, is going to be very hard, even for the Byzantine, I think, to stop. I mean, the Mongols with the shittiest monk line in the game are pretty much compensated by the Aztec, whose siege line is amazing. And speaking of amazing siege, you've got the Mongols as well. Although, we'll see what our Aztec decides to do. If he goes infantry, it'll be very bad news bears against the Byzantines. That being said, the Magyars as well. They're not exactly a weak civilization. Looks like Mihai trying to bust into... Yeah, Quigglebird, I always say Rage Forest is fantastic. It's nice, all these alleys and wall-offs. And then at the 30 to 35 minute mark, when players hit Imperial, then this map basically becomes like Arabia. There is no way to wall any part of this. Or Castle Age if we have Khmer, but we don't have Khmer in this particular match. This particular game. Oh, their garrison rams are fun to watch. And now Nolo might be regretting walling this close to the gold. That being said, Mihai is pulling how many? 9 villagers out of a total of 25. This is almost a quarter of his economy being pulled to build a tower, to build the, to attack. Oh, what will go up first? The tower's almost done. These blue villagers are gonna have to right-click their hearts out. Yeah, they're doing little by little, little by little. Aztec Tower, what is it attacking? It's attacking the wrong villagers. Why are you attacking the one to the right? Now it's attacking the right villager, but it looks like the wall off here has been completed. That being said, half of it's pretty damn weak. This is a very interesting location for the wall of by Nolo. His villagers will come under immediate attack. Could have just put it a few tiles back. And this is the only action we've got on the map. Has anyone snuck in any villagers behind enemy lines? It looks like Mihai tried to sneak something behind enemy lines, but did not succeed at all. How's everyone doing tonight, by the way, on this Saturday evening, Sunday morning? What an absolute waste of time. What an absolute waste of time for our Goth. How much did he invest in these? I mean, Palisades are what, 3 wood? I'm just laughing at the resources not the resources, the time. What a waste of frickin' time here. Sito says, get the hell out of my way. Let a real wall man come through here. And he puts up those stone walls. Have cut on beer following a busy day dadding. Oh man, you deserve it. You deserve it. Vincenzo, 2 a.m. I'm assuming, Vincenzo, you are in Italy, if you don't mind sharing. Your mom, hello, hello. Nice to catch you. Catherine, kid-free weekend? Nice. How was your LAN party, by the way? Quigglebert's from the UK. Nice, nice. I miss traveling to Europe in the pre-COVID days. So everyone's expanding. Half the players are in castle, half the players are still in feudal. What are you attacking here? Oh, the house in the corner between the cracks. From Puglia, now in Pavia. No. I can't say I've traveled. I really, really want to travel around Italy. I've heard Puglia is amazing. Or Puglia, I think is the... I think the G might be silent. Traveling in the pre-TSA days. What was that even like? Does anybody remember what that was? AoE while drinking. I'm assuming at some point, once I start Twitch and I start live streaming for much longer, there will be some kind of stream here and there involving drinking. Oh my god, Catherine, don't get me started. The days when you didn't have to remove shoes was incredible. By the way, for all the Europeans in the UK and Italy, is Ryanair still super cheap? Because, I mean, this is going to betray my age a little bit. In 2004, when I did a study abroad in Norway for half a year, I remember I flew to Milan for 8 euros. But honestly, have not been to Europe back to Europe in a while, so I'm not sure. Is it still, like, ridiculously cheap? Yeah, I know the stealth charges. Remember when they asked the CEO of Ryanair, did you really want people to charge people to use the bathroom? And he said, of course, because if I remove the bathroom, I can add 12 more seats and 12 more people can fly. I'm not too sure I buy that answer, but it is what it is. Not as cheap as pre-COVID. Quigglebird, if you're going to take a shot every time a villager dies, you're going to be on the floor, passed out in probably the next 15 minutes. Oh, I was going to say you might have your first, but this bear is on the low ground and he is facing a loom villager. Look at the goth, adorable, adding whatever little damage he can after having his wall destroyed, and in comes the Byzantine. In Castle Age, those buildings are 30% cheaper. Ah, my god, 30% more HP. John Connor. I know, tell me about it. I mean, I was, in 2004, I was 21 when I went to Norway. Because it was January to June. How is our Malay doing, by the way, with the fish boom? Okay, how many fishing ships? 24. Gathering. And again, we have a little bit of an island. Somebody in the chat, let me know. Can you transport a villager here and then build a dock in the middle of the lake? Or does the sandbar have to be connected to a real, actual terra firma? I'm very curious. This is now the second time we're seeing this, and I'm absolutely in love with it, because if you can actually build a dock connected to this piece of land, you can fit another round of fishing ships. One v one more Russian roulette. Richard, I think you've asked me that before. What's my least favorite civilization? Ooh. Let me have a think. I'm going around the alphabetical list of civilizations. I don't think I do have a least favorite. Somebody did ask me that a few weeks ago. All right, first to Imperial is our Byzantine with that 2/3 cost instead of the full price. What is he doing? He is going monk. Are you seriously going monks against the Aztec? Who is now himself getting a second monastery. Monks only have 30 HP, so not quite fully roided up. It's hard to say Dravidians. Wood Steel is just a ridiculous upgrade. Those elephants faster attacking the skirmishers. Quigglebert the Briton says the Britons... Oh yeah, sorry, not Britain. You said you're from the UK. I shouldn't assume Britannia. Oh my god, Catherine, I remember those days where you could cross the border in Niagara Falls with just a driver's license. Those days are most definitely gone. It needs to be at the mainland coast. Okay, so you can't put a dock connected to this. All right, good to know. I've always wondered because in these Rage Forest spawns, the lakes are very wonky sometimes. What else is wonky is that our Byzantine is now pressing into. Mihai is also the first on his team, and he's getting block printing. Block printing is not really going to help him against the Trebs. I think Trebs and Rams, you have to have your monks standing right next to them. And there is Fervor block printing. So our Aztec is starting to roid up yellow and red simultaneously, telling their teammates, bruh, time for some marketplaces. Yeah, there are very few countries that don't need a visa to go to the US. Canada, luckily, is one of them. Anarchy for the Goths. Squires, gee, I wonder what our Goth is planning on doing. He needs to get up to Imperial, get that perfusion upgrade. Did our Byzantine just convert a Aztec monk? Okay. Yeah, he did convert an Aztec monk, which I guess counts as economy? Or maybe it's one of these other monks. Wololo's going to the bottom left, Wololo at the top right. Whose Wololo will be more successful? It is our Byzantine. Call me an idiot, I guess. It's the Byzantine monks that seem to be absolutely rickety wrecking. Oh my god, and now he's using the converted monk. Oh, but Mihai reconverts him right as two more sniper lines get placed down. All right, I love Rage Forest at the 30-minute mark. We are seeing wall-offs on the flanks as well for both sides, it looks like. What is Valis doing, by the way? Our Malay, how many fishing ships are you up to now? 51, and still room for another dock. Okay, castle is down for our Aztec. Richard, I'm still thinking. I'm still going through the list, by the way, in my mind of all the civilizations. I was gonna say maybe Incas, but last game I really fanboyed over their the slingers, and I think they need to be buffed. So it's hard for me to say. We're looking at, where are you? Elite battle elephant for the Malay. Valis is going battle elephants against the Poles. Their armor is shitty enough. The last thing you want is a bunch of obuchs wrecking their armor. You're not a fan of the Romans? Being a fan? Yeah, yeah, Romans get a lot of, there's a lot of hate for the Romans lately. I'm not sure why, especially on Reddit. One side's getting Perfusion, Elite, Mangudai. The other side is getting their Horsies in a row, their Paladins. Our Magyar Paladins are pretty much as good as you're gonna get without any kind of Civ bonus. Ugh, Mangudai, you should not be fighting Cavaliers. You should also probably be retreating with these Trebs. Oh, just in the nick of time. If green didn't pull back, there would be some Cavaliers underneath that castle, but oh no, Mihai. Mihai's running away. Does he have anything here? A couple of lumberjacks. Okay, so Mihai's base is the first to fall. And our Malay is also going two-handed swordsman. All right, how many barracks does he have? 8. All right. So Valis is planning a pretty big, massive... There's Forced Levy, there's Druzhina. Oh my god. Forced Levy, ridiculously trash two-handed swordsman. And then infantry with trample damage. Against the Poles, who have Lakitic Legacy potentially. But our Pole is going foot archer. And our Goth is adding in these champions, which appear to be fully upgraded. No, they still need Blast Furnace in 14 seconds. But they don't really have to be fully upgraded to take on Malay Battle Elephants, because their armor is going to betray them big time. You should say their lack of armor. The Persians are a super fun civilization to watch. Oh, and now our Magyar is here. Paladins fully upgraded to the 9s. What is our Mongol going to do? 34 Mangudai en route. Are they elite? Are they fully upgraded? Yes, they are elite. They are still missing their last armor upgrade. Oh, you're not going to stop Paladins with Mangudais. So far, our Slav seems to be going spearmen and two-handed swordsmen. So we're definitely going to get to see some kind of infantry, but I don't know if we're going to get to see any cavalry out of him for now. One Aztec monk trying to convert a Magyar paladin. Will he get him? No, he gets converted instead. How the hell is the Byzantine monk beating out the Aztec monk? Somebody can make it make sense. Green paladins shifting there, but here we go. Our Pole might want to have brought some kind of siege with you to bust in through here, but he is expecting perhaps to see some trade and sees nothing. Holy shit, by the way. 11 bombard cannons are going to wreck this Malay infrastructure. Ooh, Catherine, what flavor of pretzel crisps are we talking about here? Because they're the best. I mean, our Goth is now pivoting here. Remember with, how many fishing ships does he have? 47. Remember with Perfusion, their barracks work 3 times faster than average. So they can pump out, it looks like 3 barracks, as I'm seeing clumps of 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, now a 4th being added. And so far, as much as I said the Mangudai shouldn't be able to hold this, they're pretty much holding this. That being said, their infrastructure is being torn to shit. We've got a Draman on the water. Draman with 1 kill. Our Pole is busted in through this side, or maybe that side was deleted. It looks like those walls may have been deleted. And now he's inside the Slavic fishing industry. Fishing ships are dying. 30 kills, 29 of them fishing ships. And villagers, oh, apologies, we missed a pancake here. Look at the scores. They are 300 points apart. Do I see demos from our Mongol? Yes, I do. So if anyone dares to enter into here, they might get exploded on. What is going on with Mihai? Mihai is rebuilding his economy. What? No, not another crashed game. Not another crashed game. We've seen this before. By the way, the stream... Oh, no. I have never seen that in Capture Age, by the way. That it says waiting for players. Usually it just skips it. The Draman is the onager of the water. Look, by the way, at the front of the onager. Do you notice anything here? You know what you're looking at? You're looking at a catapult. Isn't that cool? I mean, it would be cooler if the animation made it move, but it doesn't move. But it's still a mangonel, and the prow, I guess, is the name of the front of a ship. I'm not a waterfaring guy. Looks like these Malay battle elephants are going to clear things up. Pinging over here. I guess our Pole is deleting units for population space for army. Oh, but he's not paying attention with his arbalesters. He's gonna lose him to a whole bunch of BBCs. I always forget if the front of a boat is called a prow or the stern. Patrick, hello, hello. Shretang, isn't that super cool? Watching with Audrey tonight. Hello, Audrey. Welcome to a confusing game, which is more about Wendy's and food than it is about Age of Empires, to be fair. The bow, the rear is the stern. Richard, being a contrarian, says stern. I guess it's pronounced bow instead of bow, like the delicious sandwich. Speaking of food. Port is left, starboard is right. Yeah, I remember that because port is 4 letters and left is 4 letters. That's how I remembered it as a kid, and that's how I remember it now. By the way, where the hell are these Mangonite going? Reclaiming your base is nice, but now you're entering into castle fire. Our Aztec has managed to get a converted Draman here. Okay. Oh, remember, the Draman does outrange the castle. She's very confused, she says. Okay. Believe me, so are we. So are we. I'm confused as to why I don't see cavalry out of our pole. I'm confused as to why Byzantine monks just seem to be outperforming Aztec monks. David, Axel's 9th birthday. Axel, happy birthday. I should say belated birthday. Happy belated birthday to Axel. Hopefully Axel enjoys some Age of Empires at some point, if he doesn't already. I think 9 is the perfect age to start getting kids addicted to this game. Catherine, that's how you also learned it? Yeah, me too. Isn't it funny how the things we learn as kids stick with us? By the way, Dragonstar with the absolute epic hold here with these Mangudai. I did not expect him to be pushing out. They've got 119 kills, 64 of them. They just made it 120, I think, with that Treb. Yeah, 9 years old is the perfect age for computer games. It probably really isn't, but and now we get to observe the weakness of the Malay battle elephant and the strength of the Slavic siege onager. In tandem here, purple really wants to cut through the forest. Who has onagers on their team? Not him, not orange. Yellow has 2 mangonels. Okay, that's not gonna do diddly. He's a Gemini. Okay, I myself am a Libra. You were on computers before? Nice. Yeah, my parents are computer programmers. We were always kind of into computers. What is Nolo doing? Being pressed back. He's getting murder holes against the Mangudai push. I'm not sure that is the... I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm never going to say no if somebody wants to get murder holes. But Nolo's got no army. This is his army right now. This is Nolo's entire army. A 0-kill Draman. Oh, and here we go. Oh my god, it is the Goth who is pressing through the forest. I was just joking about him having 2 mangonels. You got the Aztec, you've got the Mongol on that side, and it takes the Goth to cut through the forest, but kind of feel like these guys see this, and that's why Green is massing his paladins over here. This is a lot of siege onagers, but bombard cannons do reach further. 13 range to your 9. In comes the Goth, distracting the siege onager so that the BBCs can close in. Chris, how are you? Yeah, my parents weren't as concerned either, Catherine. As long as I did my homework. Of course, once I started playing Age of Empires in high school, all thoughts of doing homework went down the toilet. I adopted the bare minimum approach. Okay, we've got Greek fire. You can tell by the flaming balls that this tower is shooting out in one of the coolest animations in the game, if not the coolest animation in the game. If only they can actually close and connect on one of these units. Too much work, now you're cooking. What is yakisoba? I know yakitori. Chicken skewers that I like. Daniel, that's okay. You'll get there. That famous Age of Empires matching system that literally everybody on Reddit complains about. Amen. Hello, nice to see you. This is my Age of Empires was my Dreamcast and my Fantasy Star. This game. Ooh, the paladins take a pounding from these onagers, but they're not siege onagers, so pounding light. I find I play this game too passively and slow to be any good on ladder. Play how you want. I always, it's always curious to me when I hear and I read on social media when people say like, I'm too slow or I'm not good enough for this. Like, I don't know. If you enjoy the game, play it. Eventually, I mean, you'll lose like 30 games in a row if you start at 1,000 and you move kind of slow, but eventually you'll reach an Elo, and who cares what your Elo is? Unless your goal is to be like the next Hera, then you should probably be practicing 10 hours a day. But if your goal is to have fun, like these two sides, look at this. The Malay crap trash army butting heads with the Pole army. There's been a stalemate here for the last half an hour that is yet again broken and hits a ceasefire. By the way, they cut all the way through here and accomplished not much. There's a fun streamer on Twitch. His name is Chef, and he low elo, I think like 800 to 1,000 depending on you know, if he goes on a winning streak or a losing streak. But he also plays like not great, but you can tell he has fun with it. He likes the different maps and stuff. And I always enjoy watching his streams because he streams late at night. So if I can't sleep, if I'm having like, ooh, be careful, Draman. Does this technically have siege armor, by the way? No, it doesn't. How come a ship with a mangonel on the front, on the bow, not have... How does this not have siege armor if it has a siege unit on top of it and it fires rocks like a mangonel? But anyway, my point was he plays very slowly, and he has like a nice camera setup so you can see like his hand movements. They're not fast. Oh no! Oh, you guys are Aztec monks. What other monk in the world, maybe Bengali monks, could have taken a shot like that from a freaking onager? And there's Lakitic Legacy. The point is that I'm trying to make: never let the elo or winning or losing influence your decision whether to play this or not. Is the point. And believe me, when I start playing this game later this year, there is a very real chance that my elo will be like 600. It'll ruin all my credibility. but I have 41-year-old fingers, and I'm not exactly the fastest at this game. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna keep playing. I'm gonna try fun stuff. I think I got all my competitiveness out of me as a child. I was very, very competitive in sports. I'm pretty short, so like I was good in games that you need to be like low to the ground, soccer and baseball, any game with lots of running. Basketball, obviously not. LOL. But chess as well. I was very competitive in chess. And I think it kind of knocked it all out of my system by the time I was a teenager. And at the end, I was like, okay, whatever. If I don't enjoy something, I'm not going to play it. And if I enjoy it, I'm going to play it, even if I play badly. By the way, stalemate continuing here. Mihai's base has been reclaimed. Unfortunately, it's become a Gothic military base with no fewer than 15 barracks. Remember, 15 Goth barracks have the same output as 50 generic barracks. Okay, you might want to be careful here with your siege onagers, buddy. Might want to be careful with your siege onagers. That is a lot of friendly fire. 8 kills, 3 of them friendly fire. That's about a 40%. Oh, and now Valse is being pressed into this little nook. Sorry, guys, I'm catching up on some chat here as... Oh, it looks like the stalemate has been broken here on the right because our pole is now pressing in on the left. He got Lakitic Legacy. He doesn't have a single freaking winged hussar. He's got only 6 stables. That is not what you do with Lakitic Legacy. Fried soba noodles. Oh. Shotang, you want more of the tiny maps? I can try to find tiny maps. I can really only cast what the players play, and so I'm always on the lookout on AoE2rex.com for all the different maps. Oh no, oh no, oh no, one more volley? No, okay, the Slavic Onager didn't get another volley off. Manganite count has been whittled down. There's drill, by the way. So these 2 onagers are going to move very fast. Kevin, hello, hello. Sorry, guys, I'm catching up to the chat. I apologize. Coda French took you 12 months to make 900 elo. Well, there you go. Enjoy it. For me, this game in the beginning was about the aesthetics. Like, I like the look of these little soldiers moving out across the map, even though, believe me, the version of this game in 1999 was nowhere near this beautiful. The winning and the losing and the meta and the strategies and the build orders, all that stuff for me is secondary to the actual gameplay of, like, moving soldiers around and building up an economy and building up a base. Oh my goodness, by the way, building up a base. Sneaky, 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 sneaky. Our Goth. Oh my god. At the end of this game, somebody please remind me to zoom out the maximum and see how many barracks our Goth has, because he is just putting up a lot of barracks, and now Blue is pinging over here as well, saying, we're being attacked on the flank, guys. Milk the Alliance, nice to see you live. You think Sora Kuma just beat you in a game? You're 400 elo, isn't he like 2400 elo? Why did it pair you up with him? Chris, you started to chest up. Chris, have I told you my story about chess in Italy? It's one of my favorite stories to tell. It's one of my favorite life experiences ever. Oh, one more attack. Okay, he's gonna survive, but he's gonna run into a castle. Dum 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 dum, and down he goes. David, you play this on a 49-inch monitor? That is very cool. "49-inch monitor. Oh my goodness, the detail you must see. The arrows, the cannonballs, the flaming rocks. So stalemate has resumed. Green is now pinging over here. Yellow has walled this off with a house, although it hasn't built the house, so not exactly walled off. And now the action is pivoted to the west side of the map, where the stalemate has been broken. But there's just enough of an Aztec span here to push and carve this Malay army in two. Just enough. Look at the scores on the bottom right of your screen where my mouse is, by the way. They're identical. Like, I'm not exaggerating. There are actually identical scores. Chris, I didn't tell you the story. It was during my trip to Rome, and I was doing some evening walking and evening drinking. And I was in the old city. And I walked into this out of nowhere, just like I was tipsy, without a map. This was maybe like 10 years ago. And it was a nice summer day. Surprisingly, because I know Rome was like ridiculously hot in the summer. By the way, what the hell's going on here? Bit of a clog in the pipes here. And I just wandering around a little tipsy into this little piazza. This little square where on the one side was a nightclub with a bunch of like 18 and 20-year-olds, and on the other side was a table set up in the middle of the piazza with a couple of old men playing chess. And naturally I gravitated towards the chess players. Oh no, by the way, 1 second, the Magyar has this entire army surrounded. What an absolute disaster for our Mongol. He is gonna lose all of his siege, all of his Mangudai. What an absolute atrocious loss for our Mongol. His army count has just been destroyed. But not a free get at all for our Magyar. And then I just play chess for hours and hours. I don't speak Italian. I speak a little bit of Spanish, but it's sometimes very similar, sometimes not. And we just sat there for hours playing chess. They didn't speak English. I didn't speak Italian. I lost every single freaking game. And it was the most fun I've ever had playing chess. By the way, we've got cataphracts now for our Byzantine. Let's see how upgraded they are. Fully upgraded. Yeah, with Logistica. Okay. I mean, that was a huge loss for the Mongol on the left side of the map. I apologize, the game is stuttering a little bit just because we're at literally 1,600 population on the map. Vincenzo, I will be doing dual streaming, yeah. So I'll install a plugin for my OBS studio. Where the hell are these guys going? You are very confident that you're not going to take any onager or elephant attack. Good attack rounds there out of our Slav. What's going on over here? Nothing much. So I plan on being able to stream on both, but I know on Twitch is where the majority of the audience for live Age of Empires is, so I gotta get on that. Have I ever played strip chess? I can't say that I have. Chris, that's funny. Yeah, I played strip search with the TSA, trying to fly into LaGuardia. Ouch, triple whammy. 3 Slavic siege units just die. But that's okay, they're cheaper. And oh, he gets... Our Mongol is back with a vengeance. Dragonstar has 10,000 food. But he's not going those tanky hussars just yet. He is continuing to go Mangudai siege onager in the face of paladins and skirmishers on the left side of the map. I mean, we have literally 3 stalemates on the map. This game might go on for like 5 hours. We still have the Malay and the Slav pushing in on the left. We still have the Aztec pushing out on the right. Our Goth, I don't know what the hell our Goth is doing, where he is. Okay, forget the wall offs. I'm just gonna build a bunch of houses. Green is now pinging over here. How does Green know what's going on over here? He doesn't. But he says maybe we should attack in this path. Yeah, Vincenzo, don't worry. I'm not going anywhere from YouTube. Oh, Canada. What's the Canadian one? The CBSA, the Canada Border something. Logan is here to see Nolo get wrecked. I mean, he's got the third lowest score in the game. Now the scores are 1,000 points apart. Huge 4% difference. But these Byzantine towers, my goodness, how beautiful are these flaming balls. But you are taking on Aztec monks, fully upgraded, 100 HP. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love to see this kind of stuff in Age of Empires. This is why Rage Force is like the new deathmatch for me. I used to be an explosive surprise by Nolo. Logan, you may not get your wish here. That being said, our Aztec sees it all. I love deathmatch because you get to see the unique units a lot, and in Rage Forest you don't always get to see the unique units, but what you do get to see is ridiculous things like that. Like when is the last time in a 1v1 random map did we get to see 100 HP monks? That's just the beauty of this version of the game in a 4v4. Oh, Catherine, your grandfather sounds awesome. That's exactly what I would tell them. None of your freaking business. William, long live YouTube. Canada Border Services Agency, yeah, CBSA. They're real nice on the way out. They're not that nice on the way back. Yeah, Kevin, this does feel like a Michi game, right? Except it's a lot less siege. Catherine, thank you so much for the super chat. Now that we have 50 people, don't forget to like the stream and subscribe if you like it. Thank you so much, Catherine. Oh, sorry, Vince. Sorry. Thanks for telling me. I'm gonna call you Vince like in the North American way. Oh no! As I was worried about the stalemate, the Magyar inserts himself into the trade route. This is how many paladins? 44 paladins, 7,000 HP of disruption. Fantastic move there out of Teutonic Tank. So he's not playing as the Teutons, but he is kind of going Teutonic with the paladins. Although to be fair, Cav archers here from the Magyar with the extra range and attack would do much better. Maybe not against the Mangudai, but oh my god, he's brought back all of his Mangudai. 54 Mangudai are here out of 74. Yeah, Catherine, I agree. You know, my friend once went to Spain, and when he flew back to Toronto, he bought... There's like a special pork in Spain where they feed the pigs just truffles. Very close. And it's something ridiculous. It's like $250 or 150 bucks per gram or per 100 grams. And he actually declared it at the border at Pearson Airport in Toronto, and they confiscated it. And I looked at him and I said, what did you expect? They're going to be sitting there eating it at their next party. You can't bring in food, number one, into the country. You're not allowed to. Why the hell would you ever declare it? Not that I should say live in public that I don't condone lying to the border people. Wink, wink. That might be a game-winning raid, although it is over. It is over, and have they plugged? Yeah, they plugged it up. And now it's going to be a while before Nolo with his one trebuchet is going to make enough room for these 9 paladins. Now our Mongol is on the left side. Our Goth is back to the right. But now he's facing skirmishers and cataphracts. Luckily, there is some siege. Oh, how many kills? 14. Ouch, 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 ouch. Oh, green is clumping his paladin so bad. But look at this. Our Byzantine is continuing to try to convert. Why are they not converting? All of a sudden, those amazing conversions that he got earlier on are shitting the bed a little bit. Thank you so much, Vince. I'm glad people enjoy the lives. It's not always about Age of Empires, which is fair enough, you know. Not to everyone's taste. Aztec, where are you going? You got a bunch of clumped elephants here. Relieve them of some of their HP. No, he's going after the Arbalests. Malay Arbalester's not bad at all, actually. Our Byzantine's still here. Could use some petards. Are there any gold mines left on the map? Let's take a look. Yeah, there's somewhere there's 2,600 gold. Our Pole has busted his way in through the left. But our Malay, oh my god. The slowest unit versus the monk. 26 conversions. Let's see how good Mihai's monk micro is. Not that good as he retreats with his 15 monks. And there's nothing here except some of these Aztec champions. I would love to see some pikemen out of the Aztec. Might as well. You only have 25 gold. They do have 4 extra attack. Is there any stone left as well? 400 stones somewhere. 428, 27. So somewhere, I think it must be this one. Oh, no, this one's already been taken. Combination of Karen Can is a revolution. That's funny. Going to the bodega. I miss those bodegas in New York. By the way, oh my god. Uh-oh. Look at the scores. They're 1% apart. What a ridiculous game this is. Well, yeah, no. Obviously, always declare firearms. That's just, I'm talking about more. I'll give you an example. I traveled to New York, and my brother in New York had a gift made for me of it's a little block of wood where they printed a picture of him and his daughter, so my brother and my niece, on a little tiny block of wood when she was a baby, in a picture that I really liked. And they gave me such a headache at Pearson. I didn't declare it, but they went through my bags, they saw it, and they said I can't bring treated wood into the country. And I'm like, guys, are you kidding? There's no termites in here. I'm not reselling it. It's a little piece of wood. It's literally 15 centimeters long, like the size of a hand. And they gave me a hassle for it at Pearson Airport. I think you can bring back a good number of cigarettes, though. I think that's the one decent thing. Yeah, the fishing ship. Oh my god, look at this guy. Look at this guy tripping balls here. Okay, where's the Mongol push? It has disappeared and has pivoted this way. I honestly still don't know whose game it is. Yeah, for a tiny little piece of wood. A tiny little piece of wood with a picture of my brother and my niece on it. And they thought it was like, I told them, I'm like, guys, I've studied this in law school. I know what the point of these embargoes and tariffs, I know what the point is. You don't want to compete in lumber, and you don't want termites, and you don't want alien species being brought into the countries. This is like a dead piece of wood. It's got a picture painted on it. It's like a frame of a painting. There's nothing here. X-ray it. I didn't stick any cocaine into it. Oh my god, what is going on? Guys, look at the right side of the screen. Oh my god, did the game freaking crash? I have my hands on my head. I'm in disbelief that yet another game has crashed. Oh my goodness. And you know the most annoying thing? when a game crashes, you can't look at the stats. There's a Theracidai? 1 second. Where's our Dravidian? Wait a second. Where's it? There's no Dravidian in this game. I think you're thinking of the Drawman? What is going on with these Rage Forest games? These guys need to get their platform working a little bit. This is ridiculous. I'm really upset that I can't see the stats. I'm really upset, number one, that this game is over, that 6 of the 8 players have quit, except for Dragonstar and Nolo. Ah, nice to see you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the game said, you know what, guys, I know you guys are all stubborn. I'm just going to do it for you. And I wanted to zoom out. I want to see how many Gothic barracks we're working with. 33 Gothic barracks is more than 100 normal barracks production wise. So let's see what we could have noticed here. The army counts are identical. The villager population's down 10% for Cito's team. And I'm really pissed off that I can't really see the stats. We don't know who got the most kills. We don't know who got anything. I don't even know who wins this round in a play all 3. They really need to fix this before this tournament gets into the final stages, like the quarterfinals, the round of 16 and stuff. Etienne, hello. Very anticlimactic ending. I would imagine they do not restore this game after an hour and 27 minutes. Are you guys familiar, by the way, with the drama that happened when Hera's team played Tato's team? There was a game that was dropped just like this, about 40 minutes in. And there was a lot of chat between the players. And somebody on Reddit screenshot the chat. And there were some accusations flying back and forth as to who crashed the game and why they crashed it. And apparently, I looked into it. The game doesn't let you restart after a certain point. And so there is no restart. The game just crashes. And they really need to figure this out, because once it gets to the finals and the quarterfinals and the semifinals and all that jazz, you can't have crashed games after an hour and a half. You can't restart this game. It's not fair. Not fair to the players. Hot, it's on Reddit. Yeah, there's a bunch of drama now between Hera's team and Tato's team, apparently. I mean, it's like polite drama, like, you know, Age of Empires drama. But one side claiming they were winning the game, the other side claiming they were winning the game. I have no clue, Vince, how they decide who wins the game. This is just, it's so annoying. And not just for me. Imagine you're one of these 8 players. You've been killing it. If I rewind just a little bit, no, I can't even click. I can't click anything. What I can do, 1 second, is this. And see the units. 154 kills to 115. But that doesn't tell me much. And it's just a jumbled mess. I am so annoyed. Logan, you bet you know who's whining and throwing accusations? Yeah, there is money. It's not a small amount of prize money on this tournament at all. Wow. Okay, well, I guess we're moving on to game number 2, which hopefully, I mean, I don't want to say lasts less time, because this was an absolute epic beast of a game, but hopefully there's some resolution. I don't even know who to click. Let's vote in the chat. Who do we think is winning? On the right side of the map, the Byzantine, the Slav, and the Magyar are pushing in. The Mongol's on the retreat, but he's been on the retreat before. Mihai's base has been reconquered after it was reconquered from its original conquering. On the left side, the Aztec is moving in with champions. The Pole has tried for the last hour and a half not to really bust in, or rather tried to bust in, but hasn't succeeded. Our Goth, good luck to you with a couple of halberdiers here. Army counts, again, are identical. What's the trade payout for the teams? 124 to 92, 93, 93. Okay, so one team's trade is not great. So long term, Sito's team does have the better trade. Sito's team winning 100%. Yeah, I have no clue. North has more points. Yeah, you know what? I'm just not going to bother with this. We'll ignore game. We'll ignore game number 1. I'm just going to go load. I'm just going to load game number 2, and then we'll figure it out afterwards. There really it shouldn't be a replay function. It really should be a what am I thinking of? It really should be an option to start the game from when it crashed, or at least 2 minutes or so before. I get you're working with code that's like 25 years old. I don't know. Okay, get your shit together, developers. It shouldn't be this hard to be able to restart. In any event, whoa, what can we do? We have to play the cards we're dealt. Valis, you missed the cow here. So let's take a look at the teams. Exactly, Catherine. It should be a restore point literally every few minutes, if not every few seconds, to be fair. It's not like anyone's playing this, anyone in a tournament is playing this on a crappy computer with bad internet. Although I guess they are. Anyway, Valis, this time is the Burgundians in teal. We've got Matt as the Japanese. I'm so pissed off. Teutonic Tanks as the Franks this time, and Nolo as the Chinese in blue. On opposite of him, again, Mihai, this time as the Malians. Okay. Kamigawa as the Huns in purple. Dragonstar as the Saracens. And last but not least is team captain Sito. So we've got Incas facing off against Burgundians. A very powerful cavalry civilization, but one whose gunpowder units also attack 25% stronger, which may be very problematic here for our Inca, which is one of the only skirmishers upgraded I'm not a big fan of, removing their minimum range. If you could remove their minimum range in feudal age or early castle age, that's one thing, but in imperial age, do you really give a shit about a minimum range on a skirmisher? I think the answer is no. On the other side, we've got the Chinese taking on the Malians. So the Malians probably with the better cavalry, probably with that infantry that gains pierce armor, might be problematic. Winner should be who has more fishing ships left. That's funny. Yeah, you know what? There should be a win condition defined in the rule book that says if a game crashes, whoever has X wins this, or whoever has Y wins this game. Dragonstar for sure is going to abuse the Saracen market. I mean, why wouldn't he? According to Liquipedia, Team Valis won that game. Okay, well, I get there you go. It is based on score then. All right, so we give Valis a point. Remember, guys, these are play all 3, so it's not like best of 3 where you need to win 2 or anything. They play all 3. It must be based on score in that point. By the way, what an ugly map generation here on the right side. One simple avenue of attack, which Sito has already walled in. And then who will take the boars on this diagonal path? Nobody is sending any villagers this way. I don't think so. No, never mind. Our Saracen is actually sending a villager with Loom. Will he take these boars? He is patrolling to keep an eye to make sure that Valis doesn't send any villagers. On the left side of the map, pretty damn simple wall off. It looks like Mihai tried to wall off very close to Nolo's base, gave up, chopped down the tree, and is now returning with Kamigawa's scout for help. But 84 HP to 82. Let's see if Mihai can get this wall off. Wall up, I should say. No, not with more villagers and scouts coming. Even though the scout's pretty damn weak, he does still see the villager. So he's going to go for the one little tap. Oh, but he's not going to get it. Yeah, Catherine, exactly. Whatever it is, as ridiculous as it might seem to any of us, it really should be laid out in the rule book. And whatever it is, that's the rule. Them's the breaks. Okay, look at that. Mihai actually got the wall off up. Speaking of Age of Empires Rorschach, what do we think this looks like? This looks like a dinosaur with a big mouth open and a big eye here, like a dinosaur skull. Very interesting blob. I always forget, you know, I'm going to make a note of it. I'm going to be starting the Age of Empires Rorschach test with these map generations to see what people think this middle forest looks like. I always say I will, and then I forget about it. Because the stream ends, I make my thumbnail, and then I literally just lie down in bed and fall asleep. Exactly. If you don't agree, don't play in the tournament. It is what it is. But hopefully we've seen the last of the disconnects for tonight. And right now we're seeing a big battle here. HP very much in favor of Sito's side, which has 2 scouts. This eagle being a little bit shy. With 5 HP, I think he can still take an attack. Villager attacks on a 3, scout attacks on a 3 in Dark Age. And by the way, he has 1 HP. So the second he changes direction, Yellow Scout will catch him, will find him, and will kill him. Shortang, it does look like a dinosaur face, right? That's what I thought. Now Yellow takes a couple of pokes. Blue is pinging here. Why is Blue pinging here? Oh, because Mihai has snuck in a barracks on the other side of the map. Looks like Petrie from Littlefoot. I'm not familiar with that reference. Velociraptor does it. To me, yeah, it looks like a big beak. Right? Like a skull with an open mouth that's getting ready to eat this 680 food. Blue is walled off by orange. Orange is walled in by blue. So Nolo and Mihai say, you know, we didn't get to resolve our conflict last game, so let's do it now. By the way, Mihai is not the only one that's managed to sneak in infrastructure, as Sito, our Inca, is going Archer. Remember, their military, all of their military units cost less and less food as the game goes on, which is not super relevant for an Archer unit that costs no food at all. But we'll see what comes out of that barracks and out of that archery range. How many villagers has Valis brought here? 3. But Dragon Sorrow's already got 6. I remember The Land Before Time. Those are such cool movies. Trotang says evil Pac-Man. See, this is why I want to start that thing on the on my community tab. I'm gonna do it tonight. Keep an eye out in the community tab of the channel. Looks like your sister running towards food that you bought. Oh my god, this is exactly why I want to do this. And you know what? We're gonna make this the first Rorschach of the series. Littlefoot was the name of the main character? I don't remember their names. There's a lot of cartoons I remember from a young age, but I remember 0 details or specifics. So on the left side are Chinese. Let's see if we actually get to see the Great Wall upgrade, which in a 1v1 you generally don't see. On the right side, Valis has been excommunicated by his team, who says, you're on your own, buddy. Although it's nice that they built the gate. Valis has made no attempt to wall this in, so our Saracen in Feudal Age is still chasing his villagers here. How's his attempt at lake shenanigans? Vince, thanks so much for joining. Good luck with your exams. Yeah, Had was here a week ago. Was also studying for his exams. Angel and Poquito, sí. Estudié español para 3 años en la universidad. Pero hace 22 años que no hablo español. Archer to the left. Archer's in the center. Valis is, or Cito is really putting on the pressure on Valis here. Who's in Castle Age? Kamigawa, our Japanese, and our Frank. Okay, so the Japanese should be able in Castle Age to help out here. How far away is Cito from going up to Castle Age? Not close at all. He's only halfway there. He does have the archery range. Now he's getting the secondary building. Mihai has also been discovered. Now also is trying to lame a lake. So we got a lake lame to the left, the lake lame to the top right. Our Saracen is heading up to Castle Age with 6 villagers on stone. Ooh, hot. Chartered accounting. My worst mark in business school. William, yes, slinging is allowed only in the Imperial Age. That is the rule of the tournament. I need to practice my Spanish with you guys. Yeah, I need to practice my Spanish, period. I feel so bad at having forgotten so much. It's pretty good. Okay. I enjoyed studying Spanish. Oh, even though in my first year, so I did like an international business degree, so everyone had to choose a language. Some people studied French, German, Mandarin. I chose to study Spanish, and in my first year, I basically skipped almost every single class, and I just went to the arcade. In our university, we had an arcade, and it was very close to my building, where they taught Spanish, the language building, I guess you could call it, Faculty of Languages. And I would just play Counter-Strike for 4 or 5 hours a day every time I had Spanish, which was 3 times a week. Scorpion, Mangonel, no kills, 4 kills. All military, which is nice. So Archer gonna pop out of here. Archer's gonna die in a few more volleys. It is on the high ground, so should be 2 more volleys? There he is. Now what the hell are you gonna do with your feudal age Archer? You are going to die. And now look at this. Cito is pressing into our Japanese. He's left Valis alone here on the right side. Valis has walled himself off quite well. Spearmen are not going to cut it against archers and eagles. A single battering ram very confidently makes its way to this archery range. It is going to die. Vince, you're a mathematician? That's pretty cool. Chris, thanks for joining. Cito can make slingers in Castle Age. Yeah, he can. When he sees, if he sees infantry from the Japanese, he might, but Japanese also have some pretty good archery range line. I think it's pretty much perfect, their archery line. Yeah, William, I think the rule is once you hit Imperial, you can start sending money to other people. Although that is a good question. Do both players who are both sending and receiving the money have to be an Imperial? I'm gonna look that up, actually. That is a good question. That's should be pretty clear in the rule book, I hope. Oh man, Catherine, I studied French for 10 years and I don't remember a word of it. Vicente, you watch my stream to improve your English? Great. Mi español es bueno. Gracias. You know what was tough in Spanish in my studies in university? As you went from year 1 to year 2 to year 3, you had different teachers. And some teachers, one was from actually Spain, one was from Peru, and one was from Argentina. And so some of them would say gracias, or, you know, pronounce the th instead of the th, or the, and some of them would not pronounce the th. Gracias. And so it was very confusing. And I asked the one professor, I'm like, what's the right way of saying it? And he basically told me, like, no, there's no right way of saying it. He understood it as the professor. Oh, ouch. Boar gets the villager. Do you not have loom? Yeah, he must have been weak from before. I always found it confusing. The professor told me, yeah, we the native speakers, that's like me saying as a native English speaker, I don't understand the difference between a British accent and like a French person speaking English, where I can understand them both perfectly, but... Lemmy, how is Rage Forest structured? Well, this is a tournament. And so every team of 4... So there's teams of 5, not 4. And every game you choose 4 players to play. And each team of 5 has a captain. In this particular case, it's Valis over here on the right side. And Cito here on the right side also, I guess. And they choose their teammates. And then each set, they choose which 4 players are going to play each game. And they can sub out this game, that game. Vicente, you're from Chile. Nice. I always wanted to go to Chile. I've always wanted to go to South America, period. Haven't made it down there yet. You'd think that for somebody who hates the winter, I would use the opportunity of winter in Canada to try to go to South America, but no. Yeah, I don't think these are elimination matches at all. I remember you had a Spanish guy in Among Us game once. You're all crazy. Heads must roll. Sling down, not up. What does that mean, heads must roll? So if you're an Imperial, you can sling to somebody in Castle? Yeah, the captains have been next to each other in the previous game as well, which is fun. Actually, Mihai and Nolo were also next to each other. By the way, all those eagles, dead or gone. 2 kills on these scorpions. Looks like they killed a few cavalry units here. And again, Valis is being shut out, but Valis is running. Why is Valis running? I guess he can't. Oh my god, he's about to get 3v1 here. Out of nowhere, our Hun shows up with Siege? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Hunnic Siege? Okay. John Connor, that's exactly, that was me. I mean, not furiously demanding, but I was confused. I was like, last year, the S was a th. This year, the S is an S. What the hell is going on? Instead of Spain, it's Spain. My favorite part about Spanish is the upside down exclamation mark at the beginning of a sentence when you're making a point. Wall off to the left. To the right, Valis has abandoned ship. What is he doing? What is he training? What is he working with? 35 villagers, no upgrades at the moment. He is in castle. That is a good thing for him. And he's getting a lot of wood. What are his resources like? He's got 627 stone. So he's still mining stone. Oh, that's so sour. Is he going to go for 650 or 750 to get an extra town center? No. He went for 550. So yeah, he probably should have gone up to 750 stone first, but I don't think these Hunnic cav archers are going to let him. I figured there was a reason for it, Catherine. I never knew the reason for it, but I always found it super cool. Which tells you everything you need to know about me finding punctuation cool. Valis town center almost up. Our Japanese getting his siege in line. Gotta get some of those mangonels out to deal with some of these battering rams. This might be a bit of a weak point in your wall off, though. Okay, so he's creating another wall off. Holy moly. Valis's base. He is being allowed to take lumber, which is not great. Purple might want to get on this and stop that from happening. Whoa. orange wall here on half the freaking map. Doesn't look like Great Wall has been researched for our Chinese, and our Frank is going Paladin. Oh, yes. Let's freaking go. Frankish Paladin. Attack upgrades are shit. Fully armored. Right now, they're just Cavaliers. I really do wonder what the reason is for the upside down exclamation. Our Japanese just barely getting the wall up before. Okay, you know, I talked a big shitty game about the Hunnic siege, but their siege rams are okay. Fine, fine. You win, Huns. Even a basic mangonel's gonna have trouble here. Oh, he's still a minute and 20 seconds away from having paladins. That being said, 144 HP is still pretty tanky. Our Japanese is now in trouble. Gray is saying, cut through the forest. Let me get in there with my 0 army count and 31 villagers. Valis wants to cause trouble. Do you think the Franks should have bloodlines? Then their paladins would have, what, 212 HP? Oh, he's engaging at the worst time. He's still 30 seconds away. Let's see what those Saracen camels are at. What are their attack upgrades? Not fully upgraded either, but look at the HP on a Saracen camel. The Saracen camel is the camel equivalent of the Frankish paladin. Who's kidding who? Our Frank, tell me he got chivalry at some point. Oh no, he got GG'd. Yeah, what can you do? Okay, a bit of a shorter game. To make it clear, tone of question. Oh, interesting. So for a relatively new invention then. Corey, good reference. Wow, he was not given enough time. I wonder if Teutonic Tank, who last game went for Paladins, this game's going for Paladins. I'm assuming he's going to go next game for Paladins as well if he gets a Paladin Civ. If he only had 30 seconds more, now he's got 36 Paladins. Where are they, though? They're streaming up to the left. Yeah, Valis's base destruction. This time they just could not hold. The wave is way too much. Paladins versus Cav Archers. In theory, I mean, the Paladins should absolutely sweep over that. And not the longest game, just a little bit of slinging going on here. Yeah, so these are two Imperial Age players, right? Blue and green. So that doesn't really tell us much about the rule. Most kills? 67. Oh, that's disappointing. That is a little disappointing. 67 kills. All right, well, Sito evens up a play all three, and I'm going to load up game number 3. 2-0 in reality. I really hope for Teutonic Tank's sake he gets another Paladin civilization. The Ghoul, I don't know if they picked their civs here. Yeah, if you lose Valis, it's very hard to come back. Atlas, you're on a secondary account. Welcome back. Let's see who's playing now. We've got Mihai in orange again as the Bengalis. He is a... Oh, actually, no. This time Mihai's opposite Valis. But anyway, let's go team. We've got the Bengalis in orange. We've got the Tatars in purple. Dragon Stars, the Sicilians in yellow. And last but not least, Sito, this time as the Berbers. Oh, Chris, why did you have to leave? The Berbers in red are facing off against the Dravidians. Nolo playing in gray. In his pocket, he's got Matt playing as the Georgians. That's going to be fun. Oh, Teutonic Tanks did get a Paladin civilization. All right. Well, there you go. And Valis is playing as the Romans in blue. So we got the Romans facing off against the Bengalis, which I think we've seen before, and it did not end well for the Roman. Despite the extra armored infantry units, it did not end well for the Roman at all. And then we've got an interesting 2 versus 1, it looks like. A bit of a diagonal from the top right, left, and top right, where our Dravidian is taking on the Berber and possibly at the same time the Sicilian. So we've got Hauberk with extra armor against a Civ who ignores armor. Okay. Battlefield. One to the left, one to the right here, ignoring the gold and the delicious 1,000 food of boars here. It looks like Cito is going to try to wall this off. It doesn't look like Nolo is making a serious attempt to fight this. He's only brought 2 villagers and a scout. Although Teal Scout is here as well, but they're busy chasing Dragon Star Scout. And on the right side, it's whatever the hell this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 avenues of attack, I guess. What a ridiculous map spawn here on the right side. Catherine, it doesn't seem like they've reused any civilizations, actually. Which is not surprising in when there's 45 civilizations. Etienne, you're curious about the Sicilians? I always am curious. They have so many different routes to go the Sicilians that it really always is a big question mark. What's going on here? 2 villagers to 1, 2 scouts to 2. But Valis has walled off the center, has not walled off this part yet. Green is not helping him except with the scout. And now Red is pinging over here, probably telling his teammate, hey, maybe send a villager here. What is this? This might be the first time we're seeing an outpost in the Dark Age. Our Dravidian spending a little bit of his wood, but he's here. He's going to wall this off, maybe. Dragonstar Scout, we'll see it if he does. And this is a weird wall off by Cito. Why here and not here? Interesting. Only 2 boars being pulled by a very weak villager. Yeah, Middle Forest's a bit boring this game. Kind of looks like Australia. Not too sure what this really looks like. Last map was pretty good. Catherine, look at us. Yeah, exactly. Where is Doc when you need him? Hopefully recovering from a fun night out. Orange is pinging here saying, what? I want these. Somebody else take them. I mean, this is a very interesting wall off here by Cito. Actually, I am so sorry. I thought Cito was approaching this from the south. He's approaching it from the north, in which case these are fantastic wall-offs by him. My bad. I do apologize. That is a complete brain fart from yours truly. He's walled off on the left. He's walled off on the right. He has access to this lake whenever he wants to lame at his discretion. Balance has finally gotten the wall off to the right. The wall off to the left is up as well. Now, purple is pinging over here, creating a bit of an obstacle. Let's see how well our Tatar manages to pull these 3 boars. That is a long distance to go with no scout and no loom. Middle Forest looks like a boar facing to the right. Ooh, that's interesting. And this is what? This is like the nose here? This is the snout, and this is the open mouth? Could be. Good eye. Okay, he's bringing his scout back, it looks like, but I'm really curious to see Kamigawa's pull here. Again, no loom. And I guess no pull as well? Maybe he's waiting for loom? I don't know. Maybe he'll research it when he hits feudal in 2 minutes. Oh my goodness. This time, no. Do they just not like the player in gray? Last time it was Valis who got walled out by his teammate. Now it's Nolo who's getting walled out by his teammate. Yeah, he definitely is going to go for some kind of shenanigans as our Berber, I would imagine. Actually, where's his villager? He got the geese. Oh, his villager busted in? Oh, they don't see it, by the way. Oh, no. Okay, so Cito, I was going to say wants to lame the water. Maybe now that he's brought another villager forward. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so far a pretty pristine pull. Carlos, hello. Argentina, land of the best meat and wine on the planet. Yeah, my parents were in Argentina a few years ago. My dad would literally, he became like a 12-year-old with Instagram. He would send me pictures of the food that he ate. All the steaks that he would eat and all the dancing they did. Definitely do want to go to Buenos Aires at one point. Looks like Orange, our Bengali, is attacking with a tower. Where is that red villager? Okay, so he got caught out, did Sito. And now they're going to see exactly where he is. The patch above the forest looks like a bird. This one? I don't even know what this looks like to me. Looks like a ghost that's trying to swallow these 3 houses. Okay, let's watch Valis now. He does have Loom, but the villager has taken some damage. He lost the boar? Oh no, to what? The town center HUD? The town center got the kill? Okay, does get all 3. Yeah, that's very sour if you lost the boar. Super sour. Red, trying to bust out of his confinement here. Has not yet lamed the lake, but now he does see the transport ship. Outposts are surprisingly not used enough, in my opinion. That being said, our Dravidian is just full of outposts right now. And what are they going to do here? What are they going to try to do? They've got literal fishnets in their hands and an axe. Okay, so this is for a wall off. Okay. Sito is just being so annoying right now. Our Bengali is getting pressed into by our Roman, who has no armor upgrades whatsoever. Oh, it walked away. I guess it was retaken. My bad. Okay. Okay. Talk to Hera, who's traveled there. Yeah, well, Hera lives there now, no? The boar waddled his adorable furry butt away. Ouch. But still getting 2 is not the end of the world. Okay, villager trying again. Will not get it. And look at this preemptive galley against any kind of lake shenanigans. Which I don't think are coming because there's no more red villagers here. He moved back. It looks like he moved back with his red villager. Okay, wall-offs. More and more wall-offs for everybody. So they're going to probably try to make it a kind of a mono-directional battle here where they're going to select either this or this or this to fight over. I mean, these are just some very confusing sets of wall-offs on both sides of the map. Now red is pinging over here. Why is red pinging over here? Uh-oh. Valis is in, and by the way, this is a weak point in their wall-off. This is 700 HP with negative melee armor. Remember, in Dark Age and in Feudal Age, your houses come with negative melee armor, which makes them very, very susceptible to being destroyed very quickly. He broke down the tile so that he could place an outpost in C. I mean, Sito making the best of a bad situation here. Yeah, Hero no longer lives in Canada. He has moved to Argentina, I believe, with his wife. His wife kidnapped him. Yeah, there's a transport ship. That's how Gray got these villagers across the lake. On the right side, we've got some Sicilian walls. Men-at-arms for the Romans. Still no armor upgrades. 8 seconds away from Castle Age, though. Let's see what Valis is building here. What kind of infrastructure? So far, not much. A national tragedy. I mean, it is. Berber Castle right in the face of the Dravidian wall off, and we're approaching that mark of the game when everyone hits castle. We get to see what kind of buildings they plop down, usually siege workshops. But there's always some fun, including a... Oh, Teutonic tank, this time going not paladins, but steppe lancers. Okay. They can reach through walls. They can attack this tower if they want to, by the way. And take no damage because there's no murder holes. Let's see if he does that. There is a little nook here that green can put his units into. No, but he's going for the ram instead. There you go. Oh, he's going straight for the tower with the ram. Why, silly me, it's next to a corner. Pro players always forget about the corners. I don't know why. Ouch. And all of a sudden, Mihai's in trouble. Deja vu of game number 1 here. Does my wife watch the streams? Sometimes. A lot of the time she does. You see, represents Canada in the World Cups? Yeah, that's very true. Atlas. I believe Hera is from Montreal, which is in Quebec. Shania Twain and Nickelback. Oh my goodness. He's in. Our cumin is in. By the way, we also have a Tatar who is not going, he's going camels. Okay. Oh man, Sito is just being so annoying. What's he building behind us, by the way? More town centers. Our Sicilian has gone up to 5 town centers. Gee, I wonder why. But the real story here, the breaking news, is that Teutonic tank has busted in, and now they're going to tinkle away at the HP. But they're going to be surrounded by camels very soon. This might be very bad news bears for our Saracen, our human. I think Hera is Palestinian, yeah. Oh, you want to hear me say Shania Twain? And Nickelback? I don't understand all the hate for Nickelback. No, it's not like my favorite band, but I wouldn't say like I hate them. There's so many YouTube clips of them performing at concerts where people throw bottles at them. I think it was in Spain they did a performance, and somebody threw a freaking glass beer bottle at Chad Kroger. And he just went crazy and he left. I don't know why people hate Nickelback so much. I have a friend who absolutely hates them, and I'm like, really? Do you really hate, like, you hate them? Like, you are emotionally invested in a band which doesn't know you exist and that makes music? Like, Nickelback has some fun songs. Again, I can't say they're really my favorite band. Okay, I mean, at this point, you've got the faith for it. Just convert this villager already. Okay, there you go. Oh, and Sito, 26 minutes in, deletes the villager. By the way, our Roman has gotten a lot of converted camels here. Nickelback is, I would say, early 2000s band. They played like very basic, very kind of like middle of the road rock music. But the lead singer had a decent voice. He had like a very thick, raspy voice. I didn't mind his voice at all, but for some reason, people just frickin' hate them. Oh my goodness. Wait a second. What am I missing here? Our Georgian is going infantry? Somebody, is this the new symbol for a stable? Is this word pronounced stable? Why is our Georgian going stables? You've got a huge amount of food. You're starting to get stone. You have your roided up villagers. Maybe could probably use another fortified church like right here. That would be nice. Why the hell is he going infantry? Are you really that afraid of the Bengalis and the Tatars? Let's see it. Yeah, Shwetang, that's the best way to put it. They're okay. They're okay. Akashi thinks he's going Halbs? No, you gotta go Manaspas. I mean, well, you can't ignore the siren song of the Manaspa. Especially if you're in the pocket and you've got time and resources. Yeah, he is going Pike and Halberdiers. A little bit disappointing. But I guess against camels. By the way, Manaspas also would shred camels to pieces, but I guess there's no bonus attack against pikemen. I love that he put down all this infrastructure, and then 5 seconds later he's like, oh, wait a second, this part is open, so I can just build it here. And then moves and builds. That's a lot of... Now, what Georgians do have is a good siege line. Might want to protect your villager. He cancels the castle. Halb Siege Auditor could be a good play. Catherine, you actually went to a Nickelback concert. Interesting. What is Sito doing on this other side of the map? Because he's had this castle up for a while, but behind this, he is going up to Imperial. Looks like he's going to be the second rather, on his team to hit Imperial. Our Sicilian says, you know what? I like the idea of going infantry. Let me add about 1 billion of my own barracks. By the way, look at this big open space where the players are fighting. Like an actual arena, an actual gladiatorial arena. Where are you guys going? Let's surround the monks. And look, all of a sudden, Mihai, he's been pressed into a corner. What is our Bengali doing? He's got 47 villagers. Why is he so low on villagers? What is going on here? Okay, he's also escaping. And look at this. Sito expects some kind of side swipe. Speaking of, what is our Dravidian doing? Absolutely nothing. Still has the same military he had since the 5-minute mark of the game. So we're gonna get to see Georgian Halbs against Sicilian Halbs. Can't say which one is particularly better than the other. No bonus reduction, no bonus attack. But here come the Steppe Lancers. And they can attack from behind these pikemen, which is amazing. Our Sicilian's trying to get a donjon up. Casbah for our Berber. So all of the... By the way, remember, that applies to team castles as well, I believe. And so these castles are on Sito's team are going to start pumping out units a lot quicker. Purple is pinging over here. Why? Wants to pull up down a market, doesn't have room. What is going on up here? Our Tatar is safe. Our Bengali is safe for now. So this is the only action out on the map. Oh no, Catherine, that wasn't a judgmental you went to see Nickelback. I'm just surprised that I'm surprised anyone goes to live concerts. I have a friend who really loves live concerts, and I always tell him, like, I don't get it personally. I like to be comfortable in my own home. Did our Sicilian call a first crusade, or did he train 25 sergeants whose upgrades are fantastic, by the way? Look at that armor. Payback for Valis last game. The sergeants are tanky enough that even the Steppe Lancers have to be worried. Now red is pinging up here. Oh, we've got a couple of Keshiks, but look at the Steppe Lancers, 43 of them. Yeah, my friend loves Pearl Jam. And so every birthday, every anniversary, his wife always gets him some Pearl Jam related stuff. I've been to 101 concerts. Oh, wow. Again, I just personally, I like to sit at home on my couch alone or with a few people. Oh no, speaking of a few people, the Tatar's gonna lose more than a few. Orange is pinging into here as if as if Kamigawa doesn't know that he's been pushed into here. And now our Tatar is in a bit of trouble. The left side of the map, by the way, is completely quiet. I don't even know whose infrastructure is whose anymore. Kamigawa's got some stables on the left. Our Sicilian Dragonstar's got some barracks and siege workshops on the left as well. The rest is a combo of Cuman and Georgian. Got Trebs out. Yeah, Atlas. Exactly. I don't get it. There's so many worse bands. By the way, do I see a Legionary? I see a little Legionary. Not yet fully upgraded. There's Committed Tensees. There's Blast Furnace. How many Legionaries does Blue have? 13. So they are going to slaughter. Actually, let's see Legionaries take on fully upgraded Elite Sergeants. They do take less bonus damage. So that +4 becomes what? A +2.5? But that charge attack. Our Dravidian has destroyed the Berber castle. That Berber has no army at all. He is adding in cannon galleons. And our Tatar lost a good amount of infrastructure, but now the Camel Archers are here, and he is holding with these Keshiks, who are generating gold every time they poke and prod. They're not elite, though. Ooh. These are elite Step Lancers. You haven't been to a show in almost 10 years. Wow. Lemmy, there very much are. I think Valis is one of those. I mean, he does do 1v1s, but the vast majority of the games he plays are team games. Newspapers. Man, that is a dying industry, the newspaper industry. Okay, so yellow's being pushed into. That being said, purple is stabilized here to the north. How is Keshik's looking now? No change to their upgrades. Our Dravidian's pushing in, but Sito is meeting him head on. So 4 versus 3, 3 versus 3. I mean, Mihai is dead. Where are these 103 villagers that he's got? Oh, they're over here. He's not an Imperial, so I guess he can't sling anybody at the moment. I was thinking maybe he's an Imperial, maybe he's sending resources to people. Bunch of halberdiers are gonna pop out of here any second now. Oh, this is the worst position to be in this game. Is yellow's position. Your infrastructure is about to be overrun, and you've only got 2 or 3 halberdiers in each barracks to pop out at the hopefully a good time, probably not. And look at them stacking, attacking the gate. You know you have onagers now, right? You don't need to attack the gate. You can just go around it now. But green is being stubborn as an ox. Legionaries with their amazing armor are absolutely slaughtering these camel archers. I mean, army counts for Team Valis is ahead 100. He's also ahead about 70 population total. Patrick, you like your local paper? Yeah, that was about a foregone conclusion. They're ahead 150 army count. So in round 2, Team Valis beats out Team Sito. Those legionaries are friggin' slapping. How many kills do they have on them, by the way? Only 28. But look at them fully upgraded with committed tensees, the charge attack, the armor. I love it. Look at the stats on this unit. Aztec Jaguar Warrior, Aztec Champion levels. Just bear with me, guys. I'm just fixing one thing on my end. That wasn't bad. Game number 1 was pretty much bonkers, right up until it ended in a very bonkers way. Biggest donor was our Dravidian. Biggest recipient was our Georgian, who, okay, went halberdiers. Not too sure why he needed all that money. Maybe for the onagers. Most kills for our Cuman. Teutonic Tank, just, he likes his heavy cavalry. Let's put it like that. Second place killed 232, our Georgian, then 220, then 208. So fairly similar conversions. Not, oh, I forgot. I was going to say I forgot in game number 1, but then I remembered game number 1 crashed. And so you can't really see the stats. And wow, there we go. I have mixed feelings about game number 1 too. Patrick, I do miss those news. I used to ride the subway a lot to work, and I miss those free subway newspapers. Those like Toronto, I forget what it was called, but it was like a free little gazette, and you would read it, and there'd be silly crosswords and stuff. But it is what it is. We are finished set number 1. Bear with me as I set up set number 2. And hopefully no crashes. Hopefully some fun. I gotta rename the teams, and then you guys are gonna have to hear me type, unfortunately. I wonder if it's worth writing something in the Rage Forest 5 Discord to be like, what's going on with your what's going on with your frickin' crashes, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go. Let's get this show on the road. Oh, Hod, I'm 41. You know I'm gonna talk about newspapers. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, set number 2, we've got Team Sorakumo, who I believe all of them are the Taiwan Action Group, or I think that's what TAG stands for, including you Pudding, Z40 Cloud, and Sorakuma, and then Miguel, Shed, Menunez, all under Captain Barles. So let's see who the players are, because this is a very interesting Arabia-looking Rage Forest map. So you Pudding is playing as the Khmer in blue, the Khmer, Z40 as the Celts. In the other pocket, Cloud as the Magyar, and last but not least, Sorakuma, the team captain, as the Italians in gray, facing off against the Turks. Not exactly a cavalry civilization, but we'll see how well any kind of cavalry does against the Italians. Shed as the Cumans that we saw earlier, Menunez as the Slavs, and last but not least, the Burmese. So the Burmese are facing off against the Khmer. Interesting. You got your faster moving battle elephant with tusk swords, can attack on a huge +4, I believe. And then you've got basically the tankiest battle elephant that comes with +1/+1 armor, and then Howda Duty with even more armor. The battlefield here is ridiculous. This is all just one big open space, so I'm hoping we get to see big battles. Lots of elephants on the map as well. And to the south, we've got our Italian facing off against the Turks, so gunpowder, OG gunpowder civilization against new age gunpowder Italian civilization with a condottiero that is basically hand-built, hand-created by the developers to kill hand cannoneers. And maybe even Janissaries. The condottiero comes with a +10, I think, attack bonus against gunpowder, and then special gunpowder armor of 10, which means they take less damage. So a 17 attack hand cannoneer really only does 7 damage to a condottiero minus whatever armor that condottiero has. Kevin, you're 25. You don't even know what a newspaper is then. Abdallah, your vacation starts in 3 days. We want some community games. Oh my goodness. There will be. Not in the next 3 days probably though. But thanks for joining again in the middle of the night. Hopefully you're going somewhere fun on your vacation. I mean, everyone's idea of a vacation is different. I remember I once went with some friends to Prague. And my idea of a vacation is wake up at 11 o'clock. Go to the McDonald's, get some late breakfast. Their idea of vacation was wake up at 6 a.m. and start walking around the city. I wonder how they're going to deal with this. By the way, this corridor. It's already been walled off by teal. Okay, never mind. So they have dealt with it. Teal and gray working in tandem. I like it. Red has walled this off. Blue, no attempt whatsoever. You Pudding knows that in Castle Age, he's going to get that ballista elephant. And then 1, 2, 3 trees. And all of this wall off means absolutely nothing. So I'm assuming, if I had to guess, You Pudding's going to rush up to Castle Age just to get that ballista elephant out. Teal is pinging here, not too sure why, telling his teammate, I've already figured this part out. Yeah, Doubt's quite old. Hot, it does look funny, right? The Arabia Rage Forest iteration here. You're planning to go to the UAE for 10 to 14 days. Oh, that sounds really cool. UAE has the only, what, 7-star hotel, the Burj Al Khalifa, the world's only 7-star hotel. Every now and then, my Instagram feed will have a bunch of like influencers that are in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, and it looks so freaking beautiful. See what's going on the right side. It looks like Shed is pulling some Oliphants with a villager with 10 loom. 10 loom. Oh my goodness. 10 HP and loom. You have your friend's idea of a vacation, my wife has yours. Carlos, I know. Isn't it always funny how that works out? Although my wife and I, luckily, very luckily, see eye to eye. We are both night owls, not morning people, and we both enjoy Las Vegas, which is just a match made in heaven. Looks like Sorakuma's also pulling these guys. How many villagers? 7 inside the TC. 1 down. 2 down. And a 3rd one falls as well. 1,200 food for these villagers. Looks like a bit of a wall-off attempted here. Let's see if anyone's sneaking any villagers behind enemy lines. It looks like Miguel has actually snuck in the barracks, but You Pudding sees it. You Pudding is in feudal. What is he planning on doing here? For now, just contesting this barracks. Miguel possibly suspecting that You Pudding. I mean, he obviously saw that there's no wall off, right? And so he knows that he can put some pressure on that. Blue's base is probably open. Yeah, don't get me wrong, Catherine, I agree. I love walking around cities. I'm like a big consumer when I travel. Our Cuban going for a 2nd TC, by the way. I like to get the food. I like to buy a bunch of random crap that I'll never wear or never use, and then end up giving it away as gifts. But not in the morning. No. I don't even get up for the free breakfast hotel, which always used to annoy my parents anytime we would travel anywhere together. At 7:30 a.m. And then my brother and I would be sleeping and asking my parents, like, is this not a vacation? Should we not be having fun? And my parents are like, yeah, but you have to eat breakfast. And the breakfast always closes so early in the hotels. Yeah, Abdullah, have fun in the UAE. Look at this. Look at this one archer trying to hold the line here. And it is, in fact, not You Pudding, but the Celt to his south who is going to hit Castle Age first on his team. But look at You Pudding's resources. Wait a second. I just saw a huge amount of resources, and they all disappeared. Why did they disappear? Maybe I was looking at the wrong thing. I thought he had like 500 food a second ago, but I might be completely wrong. Our Burmese is adding a few skirmishers as well here to zone out these archers so that the men-at-arms can get something done. Remember, the Burmese infantry comes with an attack bonus starting in feudal, and then another +1 in castle, and then another +1 in imperial, as if they needed anything else to be super powerful. She's more of a morning person than you. You switched. I always told my wife, if you want to wake up in the morning and go do what you want to do, go, feel free, go right ahead. I'm not going to say no. But if you try to wake me up, there will be hell to pay. Is he going to try to pull these elephants, by the way? He is a very far distance from his town center, his cloud, and he's already taken damage. Here we go. The chase is on. Yeah, Hot, that is very true. Oh no, now a lion joins in. It's very hard not to get in on the free hotel breakfast. Oh, Shuetang. That's so sweet. Yeah, Carlos, I'm with you. That's literally why I love this game, why I picked it up at the computer store 25 years ago. Otherwise, I would have kept playing Warcraft 2. I would have kept playing StarCraft. But when I saw the box for Age of Empires 1 with the Greek soldier and the Babylonian soldier on it, I was like, oh yeah, daddy-like. I would love to camp if there weren't any mosquitoes around, but everywhere I go camping in Canada, in Ontario, is just way too full of mosquitoes. Ooh, Abdallah. You know where I want to go? I want to go to Petra. Did Teal get the third elephant? I think so. Yeah, all three are here. Decomposing in the hot Rage Forest sun. That's pretty cool, Carlos. Yeah, I'm very much the op. My brother loves camping. He goes on a yearly trip every year. That's, I guess, what yearly means. With some of his professors from a university, and they portage. They carry their canoes on their backs. And they just, they go through the forest for like 2 weeks. And I'm like, well, are you kidding me? Put me up in a hotel. Make sure there's a delivery, some kind of food delivery service nearby. Richard, thanks for joining. Have a fantastic night. Go camping in January. Yeah, no mosquitoes, but I'll die of frostbite. Yeah, Abdallah, Jordan has a lot of super cool... I think I mentioned it last time. What's the name of that desert that's really red? That they film a lot of, like, fantasy. They film Dune in there. I always forget the name. And then you guys tell me about it, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. You went to a hill station in winters, got stuck in the snowstorm. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'm not a snow kind of person. I like really warm weather. Yeah, Wadi Rum. Wadi Rum. I think, Abdullah, I asked you that before, right? Like a week or two ago? I always forget. I don't know why I always forget it. I once camped in Quebec and there was like a tornado that hit that night and we had to run into a motel. It was so bad. Orange is here with a scout. Fight the scout. Fight the scout. He has 1 HP. Turn around. Turn around. Oh, you silly Italian villager. Focused on the front so much. And now the Turk. Oh, man. My favorite Civ feature to see in real time is the Turkish scout become a light cav and the light cav become a hussar immediately. By the way, was I right about Sorakuma? No, I was not. I mean, you pudding? He's going foot archers. And they are busting into Miguel's base hard. I did ask, right? Sorry. Sometimes I'm a bit of a broken record. Carlos, let's switch places. I'll gladly move down to Mexico. So Italian, is this fully walled in? Fully walled out? I think so. So orange not really going to find any purchase here to the north, to the south as well. Yellow's pinging here. He's bringing his siege workshop. But it is completely walled off here by our Khmer. And uh-oh, our Cumin is here. He's brought those cheaper stables, only 100 wood. And he's going straight for the villagers. Will he get it before he dies? Yes, he does. And then now they're double teaming this knight. Let's see how far they've managed to push into Red's base. Not very far at all. Beautiful walling here by Miguel, whose Cumin knights are, or whose teammates' Cumin knights are not going to save the day. And you pudding still has his feudal age army, even though he's in castle age. Ohio is like the desert. No. Does the desert get minus 20? Minus 20 does mean that the ice cream doesn't melt, although I don't know anyone. I don't think I've ever seen anyone eat ice cream in the winter except in Quebec, where they take out big slabs of ice and they put syrup on top. It's actually delicious. That's funny. Be red as a button. Our Italian does have a castle. Has Orange seen it? Orange has not seen it. Now he will. So our Turk has seen the castle. Wall-offs continuing to the south part here. The north as well. Another wall-off. So you putting wants nothing to do with this army right now. And we are now all in castle age. Who will hit Imperial first? It looks like Yellow, our Slav. What are his resources like? Okay, good amount of food. Needs a bit more gold if he wants to upgrade onagers. 2 onagers, I mean. Actually a resident of the US living in Chicago. Yeah, there is a bit of a heat wave here. I'm not too far from Chicago. Chi-town. Hi, Lee. I am in Toronto, Logan. Yeah, syrup wrapped in a snow stick and whatever the hell it's called in Quebec is freaking delicious. But that's the only place I've ever seen anyone eat any kind of ice cream in the winter. Everywhere else, it's hot chocolate. They're clearing up, by the way, Miguel's Burmese infrastructure, which he plopped down here for this exact purpose, to keep them occupied. Ooh, we're seeing a bit of a wall off here. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. So our Celt is having his houses replaced with blue walls. Yeah, Ohio is pretty much like Toronto, like Ontario, or Southern Ontario. Northern Ontario is just ridiculous. It's just a complete winter. But I'd imagine Ohio is similar to here. I think we're on like the same weather path. And oh no, will he get it in time? There's one more tile. There's one more tile. No, you pudding does not get it in time. And now the Cumin units, which by the way are in Imperial, they are the fastest moving Nightline units in the game, and they are chasing down and gunning down these blue villagers. Ouch, that was very sour. Right as he's about to get his wall up. Probably should have left Green's houses here. Who's kidding who? And now you pudding's getting pressed into by purple, by yellow. Red is adding a monk. Okay, not bad. And villagers as well. Miguel has 570 stone, so soon we'll probably place down a castle. Green, yeah, Green tore apart. Yeah, Catherine, that is very true. Those lakes play they wreak havoc on our weather sometimes, but most of the time in the year they do add a nice little breeze in the summertime. I used to live right on Lake Ontario, and it was so much fun despite the party boats at night that would prowl the lake at a balcony facing the water. It was a very nice condo. Yeah, they're the fastest knights in the game. 1.56, faster than a cav archer, by the way, which moves 1.54. Can you imagine the Cumans with husbandry, another 10% on top of this? Yikes. By the way, speaking of that, our Cuman's gonna have paladins in a minute. U-Pudding's base is pretty much dead. He's already run away with 1 town center, 2 town centers. So many Slavic infantry units. No Druzhina just yet. Pros versus bros. Army counts are not terrible. They're only about 27 army apart, about 10 villagers apart. Red looks like he is converting pikemen here. And holy moly, all of those Celtic pikes do ultimately bite the dust. So this is a 3v1 here inside of U-Pudding's base. This is the moment for the Italian to shine. And he is letting his Magyar friend through the walls with a couple of petards. And now we've got a Janissary taking on a Ninja Turtle. Let's see what wins out here. Oh, the Janissary died? He just like disappeared off the map. Our Turk is walling this in furiously. He is an Imperial. He's going Cav Archers. Does he have Sipahi? We'll find out once those Cav Archers are out. Okay, our Celt is engaging these Cuman Paladins in a choke point, which is about as good as you're going to get for the Halberdier. Does need Blast Furnace, though. He is instead going for Heresy. What's his siege count looking like? What is this one militia accidentally trained? Oh, no. Oh, no. The Cumans have busted their way in here. Suggestions for someone one-day visits to the GTA. Ooh, what do you like to do, Akash? Are you a nature person? Are you a sports person? Are you a museum person? Are you a restaurant person? Yeah, U-Pudding's getting the hell out of here. Oh no. Oh no, the Paladins see it. Will they react? They don't react though. U-Pudding just got super duper lucky here. Purple sent the Paladins here on an exploration mission. They found what they were looking for, but he didn't notice. And now Teal's base is getting ransacked. You're a nature person in the GTA. Check out Edward Gardens is one of my favorite. We've got a couple of nice botanical gardens. Club Zanzibar, isn't that a strip club? Okay, our Turk has created quite the labyrinth here. Cav Archers do not have Sipahi. They do have bloodlines, though. Oh, you're not going to take on an Italian army with mounted units. There's Pavis for those, what, 1 crossbowman. Okay. Let's see if our Slav does have Druzhina. Yes, he does. Trample damage. Freaking halberdiers are going to destroy the Celt. If he's a people person. Yeah, to be fair, if you're a nature person, I mean, High Park in Toronto is gorgeous as well. And if you only have one day, I mean, it's tough because there's a lot of nice parks, but they're outside of Toronto and outside of the GTA. You have to kind of drive like a few hours. Okay, our Magyar Paladins fully upgraded. The attack into Team Sorokuma has been dealt with, by the way. But our Celt's infrastructure is being destroyed one little bit at a time, and I don't know what you're going to do against so many freaking halberdiers with U-Pudding out of the game. Elite Genoese crossbows. Might want to use some of them up here, actually, against the Paladins. Yeah, our Celt is not going to stand very long here. Ontario provincial parks are some of the most beautiful in the world. They are so nice. The hiking trails are nice. The restaurants on the way are nice. He needs Sipahi. He just gets Sipahi right as I say he needs it. And now he is kiting these paladins. Doesn't really need to, not with 100 HP and a castle behind him. And yeah. Wow. Team Barles takes game number 1 in a very decisive fashion here. Destroying our Khmer, who, again, I thought was going to go fast castle to get those ballista elephants out. But I guess not. He went foot archers. He went archers, basic archers in Castle Age. And you can't do that in a competition. You get punished for that. And even though it looks like our Magyar was being quite aggressive here, ultimately, our Italian, where are your Genoese? They're all the way over here. They need to be here. These guys come with a pretty decent attack bonus against cavalry, camel, war elephant, and I believe this still does have cavalry armor. So it does take now with the elite 7 HP bonus damage. Actually, what fires faster? Probably the cav archer, right? 1.8 to 2 seconds. Paladin to paladin. Who's going to say no to that kind of matchup? Biggest donor, our Cuman, biggest recipient, our Turk. Most kills, 216. Conversions, 20 by the Burmese. Okay, so our Burmese, things looked very dicey there for Miguel early on when he was being pressed into on this side. But then Purple showed up with that Step Lancer, got the villagers, plopped down some of those cheaper Cuman stables. And since then, it was basically just a one-sided, absolute running of amok. Oh my goodness, Hod, do you remember Friday's games? They were epic. They were absolutely epic. One of the teams I'm rooting for will win tonight. Okay. That's funny. What's my favorite Civ? Let's I honestly, like, these are good questions. I don't have an answer. I don't know. I don't think I even have a favorite Civ. I mean, I'm always fanboying over the Saracens. Don't get me wrong. I love the Mameluke. I love 170 HP camels, and I absolutely am in love with the Bimaristan upgrade that they recently got. I think that is one of the craziest upgrades in the entire game. A monk that passively heals units in a 5-tile radius, which, by the way, this is 4 tiles. So if a monk is standing in this corner, it's not just this entire length. So let's say this villager is a monk. A unit standing here would get healed 75 HP per minute. I think is ridiculous. Plus their 5% commodity trading fee is always fun. Even though some people call it abuse, I don't think it's really abuse. But it is what it is. I think, yeah, the Persians, the Saracens are fun. But that being said, I can't really call them my favorite civilization. As much as I love them, I find beauty in all of these civilizations. They're just so much fun. They're so different. And they're so freaking well balanced. Aren't they? And, oh, and by the way, the Saracens, if I'm going to already dump all my praise on them, crossbows in early Castle Age with +2, +3 attack bonus against buildings. Say bye-bye to your palisade walls on Arabia. They will bust into those palisade walls in the blink of an eye. Anyway. The Saracens love you. Thanks. Raptor, nice to see you. It's funny, right, Catherine? I don't want to offend any of the 45 imaginary computer game civilizations that we're watching. But the reality is I also love the Teutons. I love the Cumans. I love all of them, to be fair. Uh-oh. Oh, no. He's bringing a cow to intercept, maybe? Yeah. Oh, no. Barles. Oh, what a lucky break there. The cow broke. One down. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh! I caught this one on camera. Barles not getting lucky. Anyway, oh, my God. I haven't even introduced the civs yet. You're going on the right track, but then you said not your favorite civ and all the hype went down the toilet. Yeah, none of the civs feel really OP. But look, don't get me wrong, Saracens are pretty fun. Who's kidding who? If you can get the resources. Otherwise, if you're broke and you're playing Saracens and you've got no gold and you've got no stone and you've got no resources, it is not a good civilization to play. Anyway, let's take a look. Barles as the Bohemian. Shed this time as the Poles in his pocket. In the other pocket, we've got Menunez as the Georgians. Please show us some cavalry out of the Georgians. And Miguel, oh my goodness, Georgians and Armenians on the same side. Some of the game's most powerful infantry, some of the game's most powerful cavalry. 100 HP champions, let's freaking go. On the other side of the world, we've got Sorakuma as the Vietnamese in gray, Cloud as the Lithuanians. We'll take a look at where the relics are, see if they actually have access to 4 relics. Z40 as the Bulgarians, and last but not least, you putting this time as the Inca. So the Inca is facing off against the Bohemian. So the Meso Civ that's susceptible to gunpowder units is facing off against one of the most powerful gunpowder units in the game, civilizations in the game. And on top of that, the wall off for you putting, he got kind of screwed here. Look at the distance. Look at this distance that he has to go to wall this off. And if he doesn't, he's basically giving up this entire piece of real estate. Holy shit. You putting his, yeah, got a little screwed here. And then on this side, we've got super tanky archers versus super tanky infantry. And by the way, archers that ignore armor. Middle of the map, a confusing jumble of northeast, diagonal, east-west, northeast, north-south. Let me catch up on the chat. Yeah, Bill, exactly. The civs are all kind of well designed and well rounded in a way. And the fact that there's like, again, no one civilization that has like an 80 or a 90% win rate. Oh my god, that's so sour. Oh, he's gonna settle just for one? That is so freaking sour. The fact that the win rates are in the 50%, like 54%, 53%, that just shows you how well balanced this game really is. For all the people that complain, and believe me, there's a lot of people who complain. When the Romans came out, everyone thought the Romans would be like the greatest thing since the invention of sliced toast. Then the Armenians came out and people said, wait a second, champions in the Castle Age? What the F are you talking about? That's going to be OP. Then the Georgians with the Manaspa. At the end of the day, the win rates are all like anywhere between 40 and 55%, to be fair. The difference between the lowest winning civ and the best, like the worst and the best civs is not that great. And sorry, I mean not that great in the quantitative sense. It's like a not very big difference between them. Okay, he's back. He wants to pull the other two. Let's see if he's successful this time, is Shed. Yeah, anytime you have a Carlos, anytime you have a civ who's OP in the later stages of the game, their big weakness is always getting to that late stage of the game. America, Canada, and Australia are the only civs. I mean, there's the Britons. Canada and Australia are kind of like the Britons. Zulok. Why do players just use the ends of walls when they build walls? Do they have more HP armor? The ends of walls? I'm going to take a look. Once we see, I mean, I'm assuming this Borpal is going to go quite well here for purple. What do you mean by wall ends? I think that might just be the graphics when you put up a wall. I mean, there's no difference in HP between this segment of the wall and this segment of the wall, if that's what you're talking about. It just, the graphics is different for an end piece as it is for a middle piece. Like this part's gonna have the same HP as this part. Basically, 1080, 1080. The anarchist logo in the blender. To me, this looks like a whale. There's the fin. Or not the fin, the flopper, whatever it's called. The wing. What the hell's that part of a whale called? The flipper? Yeah, that's exactly right, Carlos. Like, unless you were to go like native tribes, if you're thinking more like the European version of America and Canada and Australia, that's like too anachronistic. You're not gonna get those. I think the Civilization games have them, but that being said, I mean, you could argue the Vikings are kind of Canada. They did have some exploration in Nova Scotia, I believe. You know who I would love to see actually in this game? The Comanches from the US. The graphics look exactly the same. Yeah, there's no difference in actual between these two pieces of the wall. No difference at all. I would love to see the Comanches. Although I think maybe that's also too out of time. A dorsal fin could be. This is one of those fun Age of Empires discussions that on Reddit always devolve into like insults. Especially, Carlos, if you were to write that on Reddit, like Mexicans are represented by the Spanish, Aztecs, and Mayans, somebody in Reddit would like insult you. The Apache, the Iroquois. Yeah, there's a lot of cool like native tribes from North America that would be fun to see in the game. But that's more like 18th century, I would think. 18th and 19th century, which would be pretty out of place in this game. Maybe in like Civ 4 or Civ 4 in AoE 4 or AoE 2. Yeah, Carlos, that's exactly my point. Incas were South Americans. Yes, I believe Peru. Or am I mistaken? Somebody let me know. Oh, Carlos, that's the whole point of Reddit. You get insulted for everything there. You could literally create a Reddit post that says 1 + 1 = 2, and you would get insulted for like a week. Oh, it could be Chile. I was also going like off the cuff. Oh yeah, there is none finer than Reddit for doom scrolling if you like reading. Although Twitter lately has been pretty bonkers as well. Oh, he's trying to plug up the hole. The Bohemian does not want this Bulgarian army. Remember, the Bulgarian siege, they pay less 50% of the food cost for upgrading their siege. Yeah, exactly, Atlas. I was pleasantly surprised when somebody made a post about my channel on Reddit, and there were very few insulting things. A few insulting things, but not very many. Have I played League of Legends? No, I have not. It's a toxic community? Yeah. Look, Age of Empires can also be toxic. There's, who's kidding who? But on the whole, I think we have one of the best gaming communities in the world. Abdullah, you want them to carve the Saracens up? Reddit's the best. Sure, hang with the facts. Only 2 idiots complaining about my voice. One of them was my dad. All right, let's see it. We're at that 20-minute mark. Castle Age, infrastructure time. Building up for the next 5-10 minutes, and then big old battles, I hope. Let's see what's going on. Our Bohemian going up to 2 town centers. Our Incan is... Okay, so he brought a friend. And again, the Bulgarians... Not that our Bulgarians in Imperial or even close, but they can get those siege weapons out, the most powerful siege weapons out real quick. with that discounted upgrade cost. And over here, our Lithuanian. Oh, by the way, I wanted to see relic placement, and our Lithuanian is in Castle Age. I don't see a single monastery. So there's one relic literally on the doorstep, another relic right into Gray's base, and another relic here. They also can access this one if they want to. He did wall off, interestingly, here and not here. So in theory, the Lithuanian does have access to potentially 4 relics, which is always good news for the Lithuanian, as is pancaking a bunch of villagers. That's fantastic news for the Lithuanian. And another villager goes down. But a Georgian mangonel is en route. Now Lithuanian doesn't notice. He loses a mangonel. Oh, Zulok, I appreciate the compliment. I hope you recover soon. Pneumonia is annoying. My brother had pneumonia once, and it was just... I felt so bad for him. Yeah, hot, exactly. The toxicity in Age of Empires is Canadian toxicity. It's when you don't say GGWP at the end of a game. Incas were mostly Peru. Weebra, hey. Schwitang, I was just joking. Although I'm not joking when I say that my brother always has been telling me for the last 40 years that I have a face for radio. Zulok with the topical reference of the Maple Leafs being the absolute most disappointing. I mean, the Maple Leafs are just the Maple Leafs. Well, what can you even say at this point? Yellow is pinging here. Interesting. Are Lithuanians also going siege? The Maple Leafs at this point, if you're a Maple Leafs fan, is just like it's an exercise in futility. 20% faster working monastery for the Lithuanian, but I don't see... He's got 750 gold, does Cloud. Is he saving that to go? No, there's a monk. I thought maybe he's going up to Imperial real quick. Carlos, that's the fun of Rage Forest, is the maps make absolutely no sense. Some of them are super open, some of them are super closed. On the whole, compared to Rage Forest 4 and Black Forest, these maps are always a lot more open, I've noticed. There's a lot more space. But compared to the last map, yeah, this one's the fact that the people are still fans are, yeah, honestly, it's like you're just inviting disappointment at this point if you like the Maple Leafs. Even me, a diehard Toronto kid, had to like tell my wife, you're right, Montreal has the better hockey team. I had to admit it. I mean, at this point, the Maple Leafs do amazing during the regular season when there's very little pressure on them. Excuse me. And for a team with so many quote-unquote all-star players, they shit the bed all the time. But in any event, the Leafs suck. They've sucked for a few decades. The more important thing is that our poll is getting that Schlachter. And how many stables I wanted to see. Not a single stable unless I'm missing something. That is a house. That's a barracks. How many full works does he have? 5. Okay, so purple needs to get the numbers up. I once mentioned I have doubts about this channel. I hope they're gone. I appreciate that, HUD. Yeah, I guess doubts is the right word. I just didn't know if people would like the content, if people would like my commentary. Because as you guys can tell, like, I don't exactly focus on this game 100% of the time. I would say I focus on the game probably a good 40% of the time. Not in my daily videos, in the live streams at least. And man, were there some jerks in the beginning making fun of my of the content. By the way, Incan Monk converts a villager, and then the villager absolutely gets wrecked by 5 Hussite wagons. They busted in. They busted in. The Bohemian, by the way, speaking of monks, let's see Hussite reforms. That basically makes their monks trash units. Uh-oh, our Inca. He's in trouble. If they were in divorce code, the child would choose them over bear. That's funny. By the way, what is going on with the Oilers to come back from a 3-0 deficit? I really wasn't intending on watching the finals, but speaking of shitting the bed, Florida. If you're a Florida fan, you want to tell your team to get their shit together. By the way, this is a very confusing situation here in Red's base. Red, yellow, and purple are all here. The wall-offs have begun. You walled off part of the forest. Okay, that's good for you, I guess. The Oilers have just been absolutely crushing it. Montreal is just better, period. It's better. The city's better than Toronto. Toronto finally, after about 1 million years and hundreds of millions spent in government consultations, finally built a decent casino inside of Toronto. Montreal's had a casino in the city for the last, like, 1 million years. By the way, I love the Casino Montreal. I appreciate that, HUD. I'm glad people like the stream and the conversation and such. Hopefully the channel will grow, reach a bigger audience, and like I said, eventually we'll introduce Twitch, although that will not stop me from live streaming on YouTube. My commentary reminds you of the OG StarCraft commentary. Good. I love the OG StarCraft commentary. That might be exactly why it reminds you of it. Oh, sure thing. I appreciate that. Oh, Carlos, if you want tangents and unrelated topics, this is, I mean, don't get me wrong, T90 goes on unrelated tangents as well. But I think I hold the crown when it comes to nonsense. Our Georgian is going siege onager. Barl's on his way to Imperial, the last on his team, as is you pudding. What will Arinka do? What can Arinka do except go Eagles at this point, right? I mean, you have to go Eagles. Kamayuks are great, but you're not going to get a castle up. You've got 576 stone. Your stone gathering days are over. You tried to get a castle up. I think you probably should have been placing down barracks, to be fair. So Zulak, we have a racetrack called Woodbine, where there was always a casino, but it was like a shitty old casino. The machines were half broken. And so they finally decided to build right next to it a brand new casino. And it's been open for the last year or so. Don't get me wrong, you're not going to win anything there. The RTP, the return to player, is absolute terrible, terrible. The amenities are terrible. The restaurants are terrible. It's a very shitty version of what Vegas is. But at least there's a casino, you know, what can you do? Yeah, Hot, believe me, I know about the streaming time. But with a newborn and a 1-year-old, it's just been a bit difficult. But hopefully, as he grows older and is more independent and goes to daycare and whatnot, be able to stream a lot during the day. And then, like I said, once I have like a good block of time during the day to stream, then I'll start adding Twitch. Zulok, it is technically like brand new. It's a completely new building, a completely new everything. The machines are brand new. Aesthetically, it's a very beautiful looking casino. But I don't know. For somebody who loves going to Vegas, it's like not great. Okay, so he is going Eagles. Does he have fabric shields? No, he does not. But he does have elites. Purple is pinging over here, saying, hey, clear up a path so that my Cavaliers can get through here. What's our Lithuanian doing, by the way? So he didn't really need the monastery with the 2 relics. He is going hand cannoneers and halberdiers. Yeah, I have plans to grow the channel and to expand and to... The more time I have, the more I'm going to live stream. Lately, I've been focusing on my shorts and live streaming tournament games. Believe me, 3-4 months ago, I would not have been live streaming tournament games. But knock on wood, the sleep schedule of the little one has stabilized, and so I do have some free time in the evening, which is fantastic. Probably chose like the worst time to start a channel, to be fair, when my wife was pregnant. I should have probably done this years ago. Trade carts, where are you guys going? So not much is happening here on the border between green, blue, orange, and purple. Looks like orange. Yeah, this is a very complicated set of wolves, but maybe something is happening. Uh-oh, Arinka all of a sudden has inserted himself here, and he's brought some Bulgarian. Do they have Bagains? Not yet. So the Bulgarian is missing Bagains for the extra armor. Our Incan is missing fabric shields for the extra armor. It seems like they both have focused on their attack upgrades, which, fair enough, you'll kill your opponent quicker. I think the slingers of the Incas actually do have the fabric shield armor. Like, they drape it over their arm, I think. We saw them a lot on Friday. I was so pleasantly surprised to see that many slingers. Let's see it. Come on. Our poll, by the way, was Schlachta. 78 Cavaliers? Where the hell are these 78 Cavaliers? Oh yeah, Eagles do come with an attack bonus against cavalry, so bye-bye. Oh, here they are. And they are getting healed up as fast as they're getting injured. Let's double-click these guys and see their HP. Oh yeah, they're getting healed up real nice and fast. Good night, Patrick. Thanks for stopping by. Even more Cavaliers, and now we've got Legolas here ignoring the armor. What are the upgrades? Okay, attack-wise, pretty damn good. So this is a 3v1 situation here. I don't see Gray helping Teal out. Cloud is putting up castles, but there's bombard cannons and Trebs en route. So we'll see how long that lasts. Oh no, you opened the gate to the Eagles. Ah, you let them all in. Armor, 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 armor. Okay, they're still missing. Actually, no, it looks like he did get fabric shields, right? He only has... Arinka only has plate mail armor. No, sorry, he's just getting plate mail armor, I mean. So he does have fabric shields, okay. Little by little, this Lithuanian base is being pressed into. Our Vietnamese base, by the way, completely overwhelmed and in an underwhelming fashion. But Pole Castle is going to fall as well. So we've got ourselves the good old-fashioned topsy-turvy where one team is pressing in through one side and another team is pressing in through another side. Our Bulgarian is really making himself at home here. Where are those siege rams? They're just going around and wrecking everything. This is incredibly hard to deal with, even for hand cannoneers. On the right side of the map, the Pole continues to press in with Georgian. Again, the Georgian going halberdiers. And now the Georgian is adding men-at-arms? Eagles are tickling away at a house, but I'm assuming these Cavaliers are probably going to be enough to kill them. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is going to be an absolute slaughter. Will Green notice? Will he get any shot off? No. Oh, actually, yes, because the Cavaliers decided to stop halfway through. So now the Pole is going to spam army all the live long day. He's got 80 army count. There's the Haufnitsa upgrade for our Bohemian. How many bombard cannons does he have? He's training 6. Our Pole's going straight for the Trebs. He'll get 1. I don't know if he'll get 2. Actually, there's a lot of Obuch here. I don't know. Oh, will he get the 3rd? It's being repaired. 1 more. Ah, my God. And it falls. A converted, there we go, a converted Incan Hussite wagon. That's not something you see every day. Yeah, late game polls are beautiful. I want to see Lakitic Legacy. As much as I love Schlachter, I really, really love Lakitic Legacy for the polls. Archers enter into Castle Fire. And now our Georgian thinks he's Armenian, going Longswordsman right now. I don't understand why the Georgians aren't going Manaspas. This is like the perfect opportunity right now to spam 40 frickin' Manaspas. Oh, the Eagles are running amok. Look at that Pierce armor now. 10. Let's see what's going on the map. Bottom left. Bulgarian, tell me you've got Bagains. Finally has Bagains. 9-5 armor. The Eagles are chasing trade carts, but they are not going to catch them as fast as they are. They're still not faster than a trade cart. On the top. Oh no, the monks are going into a castle fire zone. He loses 1, 2. Lithuanian castle is being repaired, but I don't know that 7 villagers is going to be enough against 2 Trebs. Might want to bring these onagers forward as well. No need. They are no longer needed here. So our Armenian is going composite bowman. Our Georgian is going, again, Halb Siege, which is, I guess, the safe route if you want to play it safe. Gray is dead. And for all the cutting in the forest here, Team Barles is still alive. With the better score, by the way. So like you just noticed how big the battles are, then you should definitely not watch the live stream from Friday, because the battles there were absolutely epic, as is this tiny little force of Imperial skirmishers that gets absolutely melted into a bloody pulp by our Georgian. What's our Lithuanian doing? What has he even got? Look at the army counts. Team Barles is ahead 100 army. Yellow is pinging over here. Okay. Well, maybe he wants some short distance market play. And Team Barles takes game number 2. Yeah, Team Sorakuma does seem a little bit rocky. A little shaky. And again, it's our Georgian with the halberdier play. I mean, I get it. Everybody wants to be Bohemian. Everybody wants to have the bombard cannon siege onager / halberdier combo. Even though the Bohemian this time went full on freaking hand cannoneer. Well, I guess you're facing off against infantry, so you might as well with that +10 attack bonus. But everybody seems to want to be Bohemian. But you've got the Manaspa, one of the coolest cavalry units. Biggest donor Bulgarian, biggest recipient Lithuanian. Oh man. Oh man. I want to see Sorakuma's resources. Look at that. They're like a third down. They're half down compared to his teammates. Ouch. Biggest kill count. What? I did not expect that. It's got to be those halberdiers and the hand cannoneers that he had earlier. I did not expect the Lithuanian to have the biggest kill count. All right, let's set up game number 3 in the second set. A couple of weird, wonky games so far this evening, I would say. Pole Winged Hussar is one of the most beautiful units in the game. Absolutely. The Winged Hussar is just absolutely gorgeous. And the Pole Winged Hussar with trample damage made even more beautiful by the fact that it can kill more units. Chris, I do live in Toronto. Choco-mate. What is Choco-mate? I have not heard of Choco-mate. Do they serve just like mate tea? Choto-mate. My favorite restaurants in Toronto are not... that might be, based on the name, a little too fancy for yours truly. Yeah, let me know what that restaurant is. Maybe I'll check it out. Let's take a look at the team. Sorakuma, this time as the Malians in his pocket. Cloud. This time as the Goths, so two good, decent civilizations. Portuguese is always fun to watch. And Rays. Okay, so they subbed in Rays now as the Bengali in blue. Opposite of him, we've got Miguel as the Vikings. Menunez as the Japanese. Cool Cat 23 has also been subbed in as the Franks. And last but not least, Team Captain Barles. Two telltale bushes underneath the town center tell us that it is the Gurjaras that we are watching. So the Gurjaras are facing off against the Malians. Oh yeah, baby. Camels that deal 40% more bonus damage in Imperial. Camels that have a +5 attack in Imperial. Let's frickin' see a big old camel war. Into the south, the Vikings are taking on the Bengalis. I hope we don't see Radas, but probably you will see a few. This map is just absolutely disgusting. I don't even know what this is. Players aren't even really facing one another. There's one avenue of attack and then a big open space that kind of opens up into tributaries here on the right side to the north. And the same, by the way, goes for this part of the map, which is also atrocious. What the hell is this map? This might be one of the ugliest map spawns I have seen in a while. But for now, oh, sorry about that. I hit my mic. Okay. And a little bit of headbutting, and at the end of the day, everyone just carves up the world wherever the hell they wanted to originally. Blue is probably telling his teammates, hey, just wall off over here, and I'll wall off over here. And then we don't have to deal with any of this nonsense here on the right side of the map. But green is saying the same thing, saying maybe wall off, but also take the boars. I'm Googling Chotomate. It actually looks pretty damn good. It's a Japanese restaurant on Bay Street. Yeah, it's in the financial district. Okay. My favorite restaurant in Toronto, hands down, is Little India. If anyone is in Toronto and likes Indian food, definitely check out Little India. Or Wilbur if you're into Mexican food. This guy is the best. Derek, I'm going to read your message in a very sultry, very, very deep voice. I'm kidding. I have the best voice for casting. I appreciate that. Going next time to Toronto, Catherine? Yeah, Little India on Queen West. Definitely check it out. There was a time when I first moved to Toronto after finishing school, or I guess moved back to Toronto after finishing school in 2008. There was literally a time in my life when I guess I was, 25, 26, with the metabolism of a 25, 26-year-old. 3 times a week, I had Domino's, a pepperoni feast, and 4 times a week, I would have a Little India. And that is, that basically tells you everything you need to know about my taste buds and my quote-unquote health choices. But whatever. What are the 20s for if not to stuff your face with a bunch of vindaloo and matar paneer and papadam and samosas? Tyler says absolutely nothing wrong with Domino's. Oh my god, Domino's is like ambrosia. If the ancient Greeks had Domino's, Zeus would be dining on it every night. Good boar pull there by Barles. Let's see how many has he garrisoned any of his livestock? Only 5. Okay. Now it is Cool Cat's turn. That's what pregnancy is for, yeah. Absolutely. Shwetang with the PSA, the public service announcement. I think by now anyone who eats junk food should pretty much know to expect to expect unhealthiness. By the way, how sour is this? Look at the boars. Husband and wife here dying, and one right next to the other. But how do you even harvest one without clicking the wrong one or clicking the second? Some militia are already en route to Blue's base, who has not walled off. I thought he was going to wall off here at the very least. Look at Green furiously flaring this location with 4 or 5 pings. Your metabolism is potato status. Oh man, I wish Domino's was open right now. Yeah, I miss those days. Look, I was eating junk food 7 days a week, but I was also going to the gym 4 days a week and walking to work 45 minutes each way. So didn't really counteract all the negative shit, but it definitely took the edge off a little bit. That's funny, Catherine. Oh, and this is what happens when you don't wall anything in. Your opponent walls you out. This is a lot of Viking infrastructure in the very forward position, which means his base looks about as sparse as a Hunnic base, to be fair. Tower Wars. What is this, by the way? Does Barles not know that Sorakuma can just delete these palisades and attack the tower with melee? Very weird placement for a tower here. Right next to your opponent's palisades, which again are super cheap and can be deleted super quickly. Okay, so Red's gonna wall this part out of the map. He's gonna wall this part of the map, which means he's going to control this giant piece of land and the 3 boars that Green or Teal were pinging about earlier. Ooh, looked like one villager was going to be left behind enemy lines. But the wall off is complete here. So, exchanging a little bit of skirmisher fire across the walls, not the end of the world for either player. What is attacking here? Don't give your opponent the idea. Your opponent can always just delete again. Oh, but never mind. Our Malian is going full wall off here. There's a bunch of villagers nearby to repair the tower, which is fantastic. I'm surprised our Viking isn't putting more pressure on these berries, although now with the gate, maybe he will. 18 army count for Team Barles. What is this? 2, 4, 7, 12 of the 18 army count is here, and it is 1 player. Literally 2/3 of the army. Yeah. Catherine, you know that, you know Subway, the restaurant chain? Although I always feel weird calling Subway a restaurant chain. Like the fast food chain, Subway. Used to be healthy. I don't think it's that healthy anymore. You know they got sued in Ireland because their bread was not allowed to be called bread. It had so much sugar in it that the Irish government said you have to call it a pastry. And they fought it in court for years and years and years, and they lost because of the sugar content in their bread. And then they came to the US and they said, hey guys, you know what we're doing? We're actually making our bread better. We're removing rubber from our bread. And the people said, wait a second, why was there rubber in your bread first? Why the hell was there rubber in your bread? Apparently Subway, to keep themselves fresh, LOL, put the same shit into their bread that lined the inside of a car tire. And yeah, that's right, Subway is the biggest location-wise in the world. Yeah, check it out. They changed it recently, I think like 3 or 4 years ago. It was a big marketing gimmick about how their bread is going to be super duper healthy now. And when people started asking questions, they're like, what do you exactly do you mean super duper healthy? They're like, oh, we're removing this glycon X biblopulate or whatever the hell it's called. And then people Googled it and they're like, oh, wait a second. This there's a freaking, this is what truck companies use for their tires. The yoga mat chemical. That's exactly it, Tyler. That's right. It was the yoga mat chemical. Shotang, there's so much microplastics in everything these days. It is very scary what we're putting into our bodies. Yeah, Catherine, you know what the worst part of Subway is? And as, again, someone who used to love Subway, when I try to order it on Uber Eats, they pre-populate the toppings. It's so if I want to get like a steak and cheese or a chicken breast or a sweet chicken teriyaki, and I click, you know, add to the cart, it comes with the toppings already chosen. It says like green pepper, or cucumber, or whatever, and then you have to uncheck it. But 9 times out of 10, when you uncheck it, the people at the Subway don't notice, and they still put on what's on the system. And it's so annoying. I've even written messages to the restaurant saying, remove this stupid feature. Stop telling me what to put on my sub. What is this, Subway or the USSR? Not the biggest fan of Subway. Oh, Tyler, every single sub I get is Italian herb and cheese. There's no other bread in Subway for me. And then the sub, yeah, exactly, Catherine. The sub comes all soggy and old and ugh. I like it when I can sit, you know, stand there and tell the person, okay, now add some onions. Now add some more onions. Yeah, now add some more onions. Add some more olives. A little bit of sauce, a little bit more sauce. You have to have like control on them, otherwise they're totally gonna screw you over. Yeah, Catherine, that Pro Series was absolutely, I think, destroyed their business because 3 months later they brought back the old menu. That Pro Choice was so stupid. Absolutely stupid. Why would you create these new stupid subs that nobody asked for, nobody wants? By the way, everyone's in Castle Age. Is anyone heading up to Imperial? I probably should be casting the game, but it's like 11 o'clock at night. We're 3 hours into the live stream. Our Frank looks like he's rushing up to Imperial. There's a university, there's a monastery. And so, yeah, he's rushing up to Imperial. Let's see some Frankish paladins. So far, the only thing we're seeing is a Gurjara elephant. And some Portuguese mangonels of all things. Okay. Shurtang, hey, Subway loves KFC. I mean, yeah, who doesn't love KFC? Yeah, Tyler, it always reminds me of that scene from Parks and Recreation where when Ron Swanson goes to the diner, he says, give me all the eggs and bacon you have. And the guy's like, okay. And he's like, I think you may have misheard me. I didn't say a lot of bacon and eggs. I said all of the bacon and eggs that you have. It's annoying how you have to stand on top of their heads in Subway and say like, okay, just a little bit more sauce, a little bit more sauce. Their old menu used to be amazing. I used to get 2 foot-long subs after every shift at Home Depot when I was like 19, 20. And again, my metabolism was like burning up. I was standing on my feet for 10 hours as a cashier. Ooh, that could have been much worse there for Miguel. I got 2 foot-long subs. I'd eat one there, then I'd take one for the next morning for my 6 a.m. shift when the boss would put me on in the morning shift, which I hated. And I would have to stand on top of their heads and be like, come on, a little bit extra mayo. Come on. $6 for $6. I haven't seen a $5 footlong in years. Son, I know what I'm about. The best about Ron Swanson is when he went to that like Home Depot, and the guy asked him if he needed any help. He's like, I know more than you. Subway used to have amazing deals, and then it became like everyone else now, and like it's all about shrinkflation. Oh yeah, Oh yeah, our Frank is 30 seconds away from Imperial. The Japanese, by the way, is gonna beat him by a good couple of seconds. What will our Japanese do here against the Bengalis, I wonder? Will we see a tower push? I see some infantry armor. I see ballistics as well. But by far the biggest disappointment that pisses me off the most is Burger King. It used to be 2 chicken sandwiches for $5. Then it became 2 chicken sandwiches for $6. Now it's 2 chicken sandwiches for $8. And the size of the chicken sandwich is, again, like 2/3 what it used to be. Don't get me started. Two for $6. Yeah, it's all kind of oh, he converts. He converts. The mangonel. Taco Bell used to be like 89 cents a taco. Now it's like $4 a taco. I don't know what the hell's going on anymore. I'm too old and bitter to play that game. But oh my goodness, our Viking. If you had told me the Viking would be going light cavalry, I probably would have laughed and said, okay, maybe. Probably not, but maybe. He's got his feudal age army here. Does Miguel. And now he's raiding green. Green doesn't really notice, so teal is pinging to tell him. Blue is saying, hey, bro, we know we're under attack. Our Frank, by the way, is coming here with cavaliers. Needs a couple of more upgrades. Teal has shown up with a lot of infrastructure. What is our Goth to do? He's going halberdiers as well. I loved Aubrey Plaza's her character. The fact that she ends up in the series with Andy is just hilarious. That scene where he goes to the doctor and he thinks everything's okay, and then the doctor's like, what's wrong? And then he lists like 20 things wrong with him, and then he does an eye test and he doesn't get a single letter right, and then Aubrey Plaza looks at him and she goes, oh my god, you drove us here. It's got to be one of the funniest scenes in television. Okay. So Team TAG is yet again being pressed into. What's going on up here? Oh, you wanted to put a outpost. Nuh-uh, the wolf had other plans. Elephant slowly waddling his way. Finally, he's cleared up all of the palisades except for 4 down here. Looks like he's on move command and not really attack command. There's a lot of walls for him to attack, by the way, if he wanted to, but the real story's here to the south, where our Bengali has 1 skirmisher and 1 spearman, and that is the extent of the Bengali army, as the Bengali settlement is being raided by the Franks. Tyler, I have seen that when they're in the town hall, and yeah, I died laughing of that, I died laughing when that oh my goodness, I can't even finish the sentence of that blooper. Stofferlofer Gaming, hey, nice to see you. You've been a hard lurker. Well, I'm glad you've come out of the shadows here to say hello. Right as the Frank upgrades to Paladin, getting iron casting. Getting chemistry as well. What he needs is freaking chivalry. And uh-oh, look at the army counts. Not that different, but the actual army themselves. What is our Japanese player doing? Yes, some towers and champions. Look at the attack speed on this guy. 1.5 seconds. Recently uploaded a short where I got a lady who tore a gas station pump off. Oh man, I've seen that. I also haven't seen that in real life. Did she realize that she did it, or did she drive off? I think the ones on the internet of people doing it, they kind of drive off. Oh man, this is a big army heading towards our Portuguese, and our Portuguese has hand cannoneers, halberdiers. Does he have arquebus? Arquebus might be the only thing that saves him here. Otherwise, Frankish Paladin, Japanese frickin' champions. Not yet fully upgraded. All right, well, she went back. The important thing is she went back. I mean, Frankish Paladin, Japanese champion. This is against halberdiers and the hand cannoneers. This army here is not going to survive long at all. Here, nothing happening. Here, nothing happening. Blue's dead. Raze is gone. Z40's castle is destroyed. Army counts surprisingly are identical, and our Goth is streaming champions. Ugh. I get the inclination to want to stream champions, but you probably need hand cannoneers as the Goth right now. I don't know that your Gothic infantry is going to last very long against Japanese infantry backed by Frank. And there's chivalry, by the way, so the Frank stables are going to work 40% faster. 9 will become the same thing as almost 13 stables. Derek, your fellow Dereks have abandoned you. There was some chatter in the Discord of setting up a Derek Fest. That didn't come to fruition. By the way, oh my goodness. That's a lot of dead Bengali villagers. Somehow Team Sorakuma has 20 more army count, but look at their civilian population. They're down 200, so unless they can get a big victory soon, which doesn't seem very likely, I'm afraid it's looking very much like a GG here. They're stuck in 2 bases. Well, 2.5 until green dies. No, they're GGing. Teal is the last one left. Look at the score. He's the only one with 5 digits in his score on his team. And he is streaming in that Japanese infantry. 38 of them. Oh, but 1 versus 4. Tyler, it's in the pinned comment above. Well, that was a sweep. I think might be our first sweep. Oh, look at that. Right as our Malian was busting in. Team Sorakuma underperforming in this round of 2. Or round 2, rather. Not exactly getting their armies up in time, and not exactly getting the greatest of armies. Okay, at least he got Farimba. At least he got Farimba. And to be fair, Orange wasn't really pressing in that much as well. Oh, he was going Elephant Archers. Oh, that's so sour. I would have loved to see the Elephant Archers take on the Malian. But what a sweep. Let's take a look at the stats. Champion to champion. Big surprise. Japanese and Goths have the most champions. Big surprise. Biggest donor, the Goth. Biggest recipient, our Malian. Interesting. Our Malian? For what? 4 onagers? Sometimes these numbers make no sense to me. I don't know. Maybe they just need top-ups here and there. Most kills, 256. Big surprise for the Frank. It wasn't that long of a game, so Siege didn't really get an opportunity to kill. And then look at the kill counts. 11, 13, 29, 93. These are very bad. Yeah, Tag, if I had to give Tag one bit of advice, which is unsolicited, nobody really asked me for it, nobody will really listen, work on getting more army out quicker. You do not have the luxury in a tournament to sit back and try to get your civilization perfectly where you want it to be. Otherwise, your opponent will. And then your Yasima Tower, Frankish Paladin, and then Cataperuto Treb. Freaking Cataperuto Trebs also. They fire 33% faster. They pack and unpack 4 times faster. And that is what happens when you let your opponent get up to Cataperuto, Yasima, Champion, and Frankish Paladin. It's a GG at the 38-minute mark of the game. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much, Catherine, for reminding me. Everyone lurking in the background, do hit that like button, and hopefully we will see you real soon. As more of these tournament games are played, hopefully we'll cast more, and hopefully there won't be any freaking crashes. And so everyone who joined early, everyone who joined late, everyone who joined and didn't comment at all, yeah. Thanks for laughs in spirit of the law. Oh my goodness. Everyone, I appreciate you guys joining. I know for some of you it's like 4 in the morning, Shrutang. I know it's like early in the morning for you as well. Catherine, best of luck with your laundry. Thanks for joining, and thanks for the super chat. I appreciate them all. And the reminder for me, who is very bad at marketing, to remind people to hit that like button. But for now, it is a good night for me. And I will see everyone hopefully very, very soon. Good night, everybody.